Was.
There was.
And then
there
you
was.
made you their chief.
There it was. There again. In the same spot.
So I started blasting.
I fired and I missed.
Fire. And I
The
missed
first
again.
miss again.
And I
A
fired. And I
popsicle.
missed
Misspoke
again.
that.
Got sad.
And this
Then
went
I
on
took
for
a nap.
several hours.
Yeah, took it down.
then, I
I ate a
had,
popsicle.
then I ran out of ammunition and I got sad. Ladies and gentlemen, we're far too many TikTok creators in one stream. You may just leave and we'll just entertain ourselves for a couple of hours.
We're not even gonna play a
Easily.
game. We're just gonna quote TikTok.
Yep, we're just gonna rattle off things, and if you don't like doom scroll TikTok for at least 5 hours a day, you're not gonna understand what's going on.
I'm not going to recognize the audios.
Nope. You know, you're gonna get really annoyed with this in about 10 minutes, which is gonna be how long it takes us to get the damn game started because Ray never shuts up. Oh wow, that was kind of mean.
Hey, man.
Hey, you're not allowed to target yourself like that. Fuck you.
Only we are.
What did I say last night? What did I say last night?
You
Ray?
said
What did
that if
say?
I wasn't completely abusive and horrible to myself, that you would cry.
No, that's not what I
I feel like that's
Right.
very much the
Right.
opposite of what he probably said.
No,
I wasn't present and that feels false.
I wasn't
Insight check. Wait, is that a thing in Pathfinder? There's insight, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm positive.
Perception, maybe. Are you?
That'll
There's
be
not
in-
an insight.
Hey,
Yeah.
what the heck?
I think that'd be
Oh, wait, no,
social.
it is. Social.
Yeah, would that be a social? That feel or a society?
No. Well, let's,
It's not a
let me-
social.
I'm bringing up a character sheet myself right now. I don't know. Ba-doop. Kind of funny. I'll bring it up for
Diplomacy?
you.
No.
No.
Hold on. I can find this out.
Society, religion,
real
performance, occultism, nature, medicine, intimidation, diplomacy, deception, maybe, crafting, athletics, arcana, acrobatics, and perception. It could actually fall under perception, just being in a social situation.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Sounds about right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where we go on tangents before we even speak to you. We're insanely fucking rude. Sorry. So,
Sorry.
if you didn't understand the concept before this game started, everyone here is neurospicy. Just accept it. And the amount of social skills we have is equal in relation to how deep into character we get, because as ourselves, we have none.
I have at least 3 social skills.
3 social skills. 1, I'm annoying. 2,
Yes.
refer to 1. 3, sometimes I'm cute.
Yes.
What do you mean
I was
sometimes,
gonna
bitch?
say
Yes, Sam,
Boobs?
sometimes.
I have boobs.
I know I'm
Oh,
Oh yeah,
sometimes,
can,
but not
can we
every-
make a 3.5, which is I have boobs.
That's-
That
yeah, I know.
works in some situations.
And we can all testify that Liz has boobs because we've almost seen them now in several TikToks.
Yeah.
Sam did that to himself. I make no apologies.
If you apologized, I would be offended.
I would say.
Sam,
dare apologize.
Sam said I wouldn't make revenge content.
So,
I had to pull out the one person he'd never expect.
Fair.
so
Fair.
you know what? The funny thing is, I think out of all the people here, no, probably not, but no.
No.
Well, at least the
Rude.
Streamlines are fucked up and not anyone else.
What a rude.
That you're
bitch.
aware of.
Hey, we don't jinx that. We don't jinx that.
Were we not jinxing? I missed it.
Jinx.
You're not,
Jinx.
you're not
Yeah.
jinxing
Yeah.
shit. That's like working a security gig and watching the new guy go, "Oh, it sure is quiet tonight." Or working
But
at a
is
coffee
it
shop
quiet?
and hearing a coworker go, "Man, it's really slow today."
Oh,
Dude,
that bullshit.
I
Works
learned
Friday.
I learned right away that if you work in any medical field, because this is when I was back doing my when I was still an RN student. If you work in any medical field and you utter the words, "It's a really slow night," someone will punch you in
Never
the
do
face.
that.
And
Never
it would be
do
fucking
that.
deserved.
Yeah.
Never ever
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
so,
big mistake.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
full
it's
moons.
going to
Full moons.
die.
You don't fuck around on full moons.
No, you
Oh,
never
no.
fuck around with
Never,
full
No.
moons.
never, ever.
The only thing that happens on full moons if you fuck around is finding out.
Yes.
So
Find love in
everybody
the
be
big bad
careful
way.
on Friday because it's a super moon.
Oh, is it a super moon on Friday? Are you
I have
gonna?
a
It's
10-hour
super
shift.
harvest moon.
I have
You
a
have-
10-hour shift on Friday.
Oh, you're doomed. Oh, fuck!
Sorry, buddy.
Friday retail on a super moon. You're fucked.
That's
yeah,
rough,
no,
buddy.
I'm.
That
It's
is real rough, buddy.
fresh at iPhone, super moon, retail.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, the new iPhone came out last weekend.
Oh, well, that's not
Oh,
bad.
that's right.
It's going to be rough, but it's not going to be as bad as if they had done the launch on the supermoon weekend.
Oh my god. Apple would have a death wish. I would have called in. I'd been like, absolutely not. I'm not doing this today.
I will shoot someone, and it will be probably.
I don't
you.
care if there's only 5 of us. I'm not doing this.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the technical difficulties. For once, it wasn't me.
Not one.
You say the thing.
I not say.
Who speaks parcel tongue?
Who speaks parcel tongue? I not say. I don't say nothing. I don't talk no more. As a good boy,
Don't do it.
I do.
I can't speak it, but I can move my tongue really well. Wait, no, that didn't come out right.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Speak, friend, and enter. Okay, but we should.
I know
had
just
more
how to
foreplay.
speak friend for you.
Hey.
Everyone, the perverted jokes just come flowing like water.
Flowing, you say.
Oh God,
Come, you say.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Enter,
Welcome
you
to
say.
the chaos that is Dinner and a Game on a very regular basis. We are having some technical difficulties. I'm hoping that's the last of them, in all honesty.
Why'd you say that?
I said I'm hoping, and I said in all honesty, and I'm kicking a piece of wood.
God damn it.
I'm not challenging it. It is obviously in charge.
Did it just crash again?
What?
Please tell me it didn't just crash
No.
again.
No,
Okay.
no. Everyone's just
You said it's obviously in
everyone-
charge. It's like, no. No,
everyone's
no.
very, very still. That's all. We're just trying not to upset it. So, hi, folks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to try and get back into playing our game now. We are
Huzzah.
going to say a quick hello to all of our players because we're running very, very behind now. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope that everyone's going to have a good time tonight as you are going to spend your evening in a hot spring with a bunch of naked rich people. And if that appeals to you, then I'm glad. I'm glad to facilitate these underworld fantasies. Does anyone
Hey.
does anyone have anything they want to plug? Like, anyone got anything coming up right now?
No.
Good. Well, not good. I like it when you guys have stuff going on because I love you all.
But
But
we can save that for the end.
you can say that for then. We will save it for the end. We are going to be playing Pathfinder 2E tonight, as we have taken a little bit of a hiatus from our regular game because one of our players is out for until the beginning of the year. By the inch, you say, stop it, stop it, stop it.
You can't stop me.
No.
I work fast.
This is what we do,
You
Ray.
This
can't
is what we do.
make
You can't make me.
My internet's being wonky. I can't be
I
fast
mean,
tonight. Sorry,
I'm sure
guys.
someone could make you do something.
I mean,
That's what safe words are for. But anyway,
Slow and steady.
slow and steady.
oof.
The slow,
like slow
the
and
slow
steady.
blade
Low is
penetrates.
smooth. Smooth is fast.
What's the line, Sphinx? The slow blade penetrates the shield.
True.
So,
More ways than one, baby.
so my players tonight are amazing creators in their own right. I'm going to put up all their information into chat, but we are running really behind, so we're going to go ahead and jump kind of right into the adventure because where we left off was pretty exciting. As our adventurers had met up with a Mr. Timmy McTimerson, a halfling of apparently a representative of some kind of powerful arcane organization who came up to these random people when they seemed to meet up and for the first time and said, "You look like a powerful venturing group. I want to hire you." And as part of sealing the deal, he actually put them up in a luxury resort. And so that's where we come find our characters as they've checked in, they've gotten settled, and now they are making their way. This resort is built around a hot spring in the side of a mountain, and the characters are now making their way to the pool.
Downtown.
Making the way downtown.
Walking fast.
I'm
Oh,
a
we're
seagull.
not homebound.
Not homebound.
The worst part of it is you guys are saying all that while you're singing along, and the actual music from the VTT is playing. And as you were singing it, even though the song is not any way like the original, the beat was.
Yes.
I love it.
So it's like some weird little battle music with that song with those lyrics.
Here for it. Here for it.
So, but yes, so they are all kind of getting ready to go enjoy the evening in the hot springs, as tomorrow they're going to be hopefully sent out to the location where they can begin their search for apparently a lost artifact that the Timmy McTimerson's master had an accident with. And it is apparently some kind of mobile teleportation device that mobily teleported itself without anyone holding on to it. And he has a rough idea where it is, but it is in a mountain chain that is known to cause chaos with magic, and it stops a lot of scrying abilities. And the only thing he can determine is that a device is inside a mountain. So, you guys, I've already said. Alexa says there's movement detected at my back porch ramp. Just in case you didn't hear that. The deer are out early is what it is.
Yeah, I
That's
know
what
that
happened.
feeling.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live in the country and you put up a lot of cameras. You get to watch deer play in your backyard.
I mean, it's never
Or you live on a golf course in the suburbs.
Or you live in a golf course in the suburbs. That's very true. So you guys were making yourselves, I guess, comfortable for your evening. If I remember correctly, most people were headed to the hot spring. I don't think anyone was not, were they?
Everybody was headed to the
I
hot
think
spring.
everyone was heading to the hot spring.
All right.
in various garb.
So let me
Pretty
think.
sure everybody went with just a robe on.
Yeah. Most. No one-
Not everybody.
Yeah.
some people went
Oh,
without
Felix
anything on?
just
Cecil's just
Felix
wearing
just
a towel.
flapping,
Oh yeah. Just flat.
just
Flapping
flapping,
in the wind.
flapping in the wind.
So yeah. God
Flapping in the
damn.
wind.
If you guys had been present in the call before this, you would have known that this was going to go badly from the beginning.
If you followed us,
You guys
at
have ever
all,
watched
at
any of
any
our
point,
streams?
Ever been
You
here at all for any
Yeah.
episode ever?
you would know.
You would know the worst shit comes out of my mouth.
Crazy?
What about
On
Kingdom?
Also, yes.
Yeah. What the
I mean, we can't talk about that like this right now, though.
Okay.
Just
I
says,
think that
says
violates-
toss.
I'm pretty sure that would violate toss.
Well, then let's toss that out the window. I'm kidding.
Oh boy, that was just bad. That was just wrong.
That would not be a good idea.
I agree. But a pun. But I saw the opportunity for a pun, so I made it.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, Crip
The
Walker.
words of the immortal Bob Barker.
Oh, Bob.
So,
Aw.
you guys are. I'm gonna see. I'm trying to remember about what everyone said they were doing. I remember that Idris was taking a little bit of time getting ready. Cecil was like basically just stripped down, put on a towel, and went. So he probably has the least amount of preparation. I know that Accordia, you spent some time, like you got undressed, you and everything like that, and then you put on your own robe, so you probably had to dig that out of your pack and everything like that. And I think that the person
Dropped off some dry cleaning.
yeah, and you dropped off some dry cleaning. And I think the person who was taking the longest was Este, because you said you were actually taking time to actually unpack and everything like that.
Yeah, so I was taking some time to unpack, and I was thinking about it after the fact. She would probably also like scribble a note to her employers at the Pearl and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna be gone for like 2 months, but also I might need a little help sourcing something before I leave." So she'd probably head to the desk to see if that could be sent out
Oh yeah, no,
before
absolutely.
going to the hot spring.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, absolutely, they can send that out. Do you just want it? The cheapest way is to just send a letter, which means that they literally have stuff the equivalent of carrier pigeons that they can dispatch out, and it will go to like if you're sending something to the Pearl, you probably know of a bar that is the touchstone, the spot that you're supposed to send messages to, and so they would send that there. They could send it out. They could do basically the version of a telegram, which is they just basically have someone read your message into a sending stone, and someone on the other end a sending stone records it out, and then they send it out to the location. One of them is like one silver piece, and one way is one gold piece.
I should probably opt for the sending stone version, even though it's more expensive, because there is less chance of somebody intercepting it.
Yes, that is very true.
And there's nothing like secret really in it, but she's still not going to take that chance.
Yeah, and you don't address it to the Pearl. You address it to like Billy Joe Jim Bob at the bar 777.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he knows what it'll mean when it gets there. All right. So you're taking that time. So you're going to be coming in a little bit later in the scene. But let's jump in with Cecil. So you got a towel wrapped around your waist. You're sauntering down the hallway. Just what does Cecil look like out of armor?
So out of armor, he's got a very muscular build from all the hiking, climbing, and hunting of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Heavily tattooed. It almost looks like he has the tattoo of almost like a bear, a very decorative bear's head right here on the chest.
Gotcha.
A dark red ink that almost looks like decorative armor has been tattooed onto one arm. And on the other, it literally looks like raging thunderstorms.
So these are detailed tattoos. These are not tribally done, like with a hammer and a thorn. These are actually like done by actual tattoo artists.
They look either.
Don't die.
Don't die, Sam. Don't die.
I hate when you
Not
get like
yet.
little throat tickles. Ugh. They
Little
look
tickles,
either.
big tickles,
It's
all depends on
difficult.
who you're with.
It's difficult depending on the style to tell if they're more of either orcish or even Jotun designs,
Mm-hmm.
but they are magical in nature.
Gotcha. So there is an aspect to them that, like, if anyone did detect magic, they would pop.
Yep.
Okay.
And the coloration even goes from there's dark red on this arm, dark blue here, and what looks like a blending almost circular of the two with the black bear's head in the middle.
Got it. All right. So you come out, you walk into the main area where the hot spring is inside the facility. And by inside, I don't mean that there's a roof over this. This is like an inner courtyard, and it's open on a lot of sides. And so you can walk in, and the hot spring is literally a hot spring. So there's volcanic sand, black sand, and then there's the water. The spring, it's the pool for the spring spills out into is roughly about 50 feet wide and about 30 feet from the back edge of the pool to where these little sandy black sand beach is on where the pool spills out to. And you can see that the pool kind of like bubbles up out of some natural rock, but it also, there is a channeled stream going out of the pool that looks like it's been carved into the black stone, and it disappears down a grate. So the water continually flows out and refreshes the water in the pool, but the water also has to go somewhere. So there's obviously some kind of underground, maybe built, maybe natural place for the stream to flow out to.
Makes sense.
So you guys, as you come in, there are 10 separate guests in the pool area. Like I said, there is a couple who are very interested in each other. When you were here earlier, before you came back, they were actually like on one of the lawn chairs and very into each other. And now they're in the water, floating around in the pool, very into each other. There is an older gentleman who is got a book open in front of them. Has a, for the most part, it looks like a scroll that's been pinned to a piece of wood, and he has a quill and ink set on the table beside him, and you can see that he's got the book open in one hand. He occasionally pulls the quill down and kind of leans it on the book or the actual scroll down, and he begins like just writing things down onto the parchment, or doing sketches or something like that. And then you can see every now and then he puts everything down and he begins like doing gestures in front of him. And then he stops and he's like, and he goes back to reading and writing. The other people there, there is another couple. The couple who are very amorous are look to be in their late 20s, early 30s. There's another couple there that looks like they're in their 60s. They are kind of sitting at two different at a little table. They're on the table between them. There are several empty glasses. There is a large, like, little plate of tapas food, which is basically little clay pots that are put into an oven, and then they're heated up. And there's like lots of different little tasty treats inside them, and you get a big loaf of bread, and you kind of just eat it with the bread out of the little clay pots. It's a very common thing that happens around here because of all the thermal activity. It's very easy to bake things.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so you basically they say that, and they are flush in the face. They've obviously been drinking. They are talking very animately about just the subject matter seems to change every time they pause and they start talking in. It's something new.
So they have ADHD. Got it.
Got it.
They're very drunk.
They're very drunk. And then there is three other people in the room. No, there's 6 other people in the room, but they don't seem to be together. They're in different areas. Like one of them seems to be just floating, enjoying the hot spring. Another one is like laying on the chair, laying on a lawn chair, and maybe asleep. The one floating, enjoying the hot spring, is a woman. She's very similar to you in appearance. She is very, very muscular. She is very fit. As she's floating on her back, you can see that her chest has a huge scar running down it. Her abdomen has another scar that crosses the large scar going down her chest across it. She has, from looking at her face, you can see that portion of her nose has been marred by a scar. She has green-gray skin. And she's kind of just floating on her back. And she is just like, she seems to just be, if you didn't know better, if you didn't see her hands move every now and then to stabilize herself, you would think she had fallen asleep in the water. Because she is just doing her best to not move at all and just float. And then you have, there is like 4 or 5 other people, but they look to be merchants. Maybe there's not really nobles here, but there's like rich families and stuff like that. So, and they all seem to be like, mainly they seem to be concentrating on ordering drinks, ordering food, and just basically not really doing much other than talking amongst themselves. They seem to, like I said, there's no other couples, but these 5 people seem to actually know each other. So where are you? So that's the assessment as you walk up, and I'm just giving that information for everyone else. So as they come up, so where are you going first?
To be honest, he's probably just going straight into the water. It's like, all right, let's see what the hype about this is all about.
Okay. So are you just drop the towel on a bench or something like that and walk in, or do you like jump in?
Not jumping in, probably just walk in.
Okay.
Like,
so the first thing you notice is this water is warm enough to the point that as you step your feet into it, you literally have that moment of, oh, and then you like walk in and you're like getting your feet up to your ankles and you can feel the skin on your feet going pink. This water is close to 100 degrees.
Oh.
But you also, as soon as your body adapts to that warmth, you know, you can just feel as you're walking in and get up to your like your knees and your hips and everything like that. You can just feel everything relaxing. You get into, and when the first time you actually get into it and you like are kind of sitting there, you have a pause right before you go to dunk your head under the water, because everyone understands your face has a lot of nerve endings and they're very sensitive, and this is very hot. But you finally just take the plunge and you dip your face underneath it. You feel that burn, and you come up. And so as you're just kind of sitting there floating, the first thing you do when you dip your face into it is, as the water's on your cheek, some of it like runs in your mouth naturally, and you can taste salt, a lot of salt.
Definitely doesn't open eyes at that. Like, doesn't open eyes underwater, because that would hurt like a bitch.
Oh yeah. But you're sitting there and you're kind of relaxing, and you can just feel the warmth working its way into your joints, into your muscles. Everything is just like, it is fucking amazing.
Oh, the red ink, actually, and this is actually part of the description, actually just ever so slightly glows.
Mm-hmm.
As it just leans up against there, just.
And you notice as you're getting to the deeper portions of the pool, like where you're now waist deepish, there are stone seats that are built into the pool in places. Like there's two together facing each other. There's like a group of 4 that face each other. There looks to be like, you know, and stuff like that. And when you sit down into them, you're sitting about this deep in the water.
So like you're just sitting there, just arms against the side, just
Yep. So
this is good.
Idris, at this point you've come out. You can see Cecil in the water. You can see all the other people I described. What are you doing?
So Roland and I are kind of walking down. I have my robe on. Roland is in his mouth has a basket with all of like the toiletries and things, and we're just kind of, you know, doing that whole thing. We kind of see everyone. We just kind of nod, not really paying a whole lot of mind to what everyone else is doing. Roland steps into the pool first, and then I do. I take off my robe first, of course, and then step into the pool.
Yeah, Roland took the basket and he put it on one of the empty lawn chairs.
Yeah. But he does grab like a couple of hand towels.
Leaves them down by the beach.
Yeah, and then kind of puts it down by, you know, where we're about to get in. We set ourselves in and kind of like lean. Is it a beach or is it like a pool?
There is a sandy beach that goes down into the water, and the water, the beach drops off very steeply into a pool. Around the edges of the pool, looks like that the basalt, the rock that the water's bringing out, looks like there's been an attempt to make a wall out of that material around the outside edge of the pool, because it's like this probably was a natural pool at one point, but it has since long ago been manufactured, and that you can tell that the back walls were put there to make the pool much deeper than it probably originally was.
Sure.
And so the back walls are artificial, and like I said, there's stone seats in the water and everything like that, and those are artificial as well. But everything else in the pool is pretty much natural. Like the beach is a natural thing. So this was probably just a volcanic outlet that was then modified to look like this here.
Cool. So yeah, we'll make our way as best as we can to like kind of the wall area of the pool. Kind of lean up against it. And both Roland and I are kind of like eyes closed, leaning against the back of the pool, both with the towel on our heads. Just.
So are you? I'm assuming that you did not go to the area where the younger couple are against the wall. You're like went to another area.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Got it. All right. So
and one thing you notice, like anyone who is watching and notices, when Idris takes off his robe, he has several scars along his body. Some of them like slash or sword scars. Some of them are bullet wounds going up his arm, a couple across his chest, and they almost look like a constellation. The bullet wounds do. And then if you pay attention to his back as he turns around, there's a massive tattoo along his back and his shoulders of wings. But they look very, very tribal. They're done in very kind of beautiful silver. And there are like, while he has like wounds and scars across his back as well, they don't seem to mar the tattoos at all.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's now got both he and Roland have their backs against the wall, eyes closed, just enjoying the water with the towel on top of their heads. Yeah.
Just getting some relaxation time in.
Mm-hmm.
So about this time, you're actually headed out to the pool of Cordia.
Yep.
You can see your two newly found compatriot. Well, your friend and your newly found compatriot are already in the water. And you can see all the other people who are sitting around. Everyone else seems to be very much sticking to their little social groups.
Oh no! The moment just Cecil opens his eyes and sees a friend, just immediately just waves.
Cecil's obviously sitting on something out in the middle of the pool, but you can't tell what it is.
It just also waves.
Just
The cat sticks
does
up a
that-
paw.
Yeah, cat sticks up a paw. But we don't
Cat
move
is-
from that
there's just
spot.
like-
We're
it's
we're
the
hanging
lucky
out.
cat. It's like the little lucky cat thing.
I saw the funniest lucky cat the other day at a Chinese place. It looked like the lucky cat, and then it had this giant, like, swole ass arm, like flexing off of it.
The super lucky cat.
There's
I
some really
like
good
that.
lucky
That
cats.
was the
I
people's
love
elbow
lucky
cat
cats.
right there.
I've seen all kinds of funny ones.
So, Cordia, what are you doing?
Pikachu, lucky cat.
Mm-hmm.
So Cordia shows up in her robe, silk and lace, and maybe it doesn't really cover anything really well, but it's an attempt kind of situation, sort of in the vein of the like I just murdered my husband and I'm gonna run dramatically through. Yeah, but that's the kind of vibe she has with her glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
She'll see the guys and she'll take a sip, put it at a table, and take off her robe and ease herself into the water.
Gotcha. So, Cordia out of armor is she as torn up as some of these other people? Is she like just pristine? Does she not have any battle wounds?
She's got like the body of a Fitstagram model. It's kind of gross. Like that's not real. No, it's all angles and all that.
So angles.
There's a
and all
couple
that.
very, very pale, very faded scars. Like she obviously did what she could to get rid of what she could, as far as the scars go. But sometimes you just can't get rid of everything.
Gotcha. And very athletic, I assume. Then.
Very athletic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So she, as you go into the water once again, as I said, it's so hot, and it's basically that whole. But it's that whole nature of superheated hot water that it just immediately you can feel what it's doing, and you're just like relaxing and slipping. Your instinct is literally just to slip as deep down into the water as you can.
It's a girl shower.
It's a
Yeah.
girl shower.
It's a girl shower.
If it doesn't boil off your skin, it's not hot enough.
Yeah. If I don't come out pink, I'm not clean.
You gotta scald the germs off.
Scald the germs off. You burn germs off. That's just the way it happens.
Yep.
So you guys, you were you headed? Because like I said, Cecil's in one area of the pool. and Idris is all as like on this part of the pool. There's only two other groups in the pool. One is the individual woman who's floating, and the other one is the young couple who are still mauling each other.
I think she'd also kind of walk up to the wall, like just kind of like rest her face on her arms against the wall, kind of floating out backwards behind it. I haven't been to a hot spring in months. This is lovely.
Yeah, it's been a very long time for us as well.
The cat just makes some weird noises, like it's actually like trying to agree with everyone. And the cat is actually sitting like on its butt on the bench and is leaned back against the wall, almost like it's imitating you.
Yes.
I love it. That's so cute.
But the difference is, you're like this deep in the water, the cat's like here.
Yeah. That's fair.
Right? So as you guys are relaxing, and this, conversation seems almost an afterthought because you're just like literally just doing your best to stay conscious. And as you're doing that, at this time, Este, you would be coming out. You would be coming from a different point because you would have gone to the front desk first. So you're coming from the actual lobby area. Coming from the lobby area, you can see that there is a hallway or not hallway, but a half pathway that goes around the back of the pool. And you can see that the hallway goes around the back of the pool. There's actually like a raised area of the black stone where the water bubbles out. It's obviously made to look like that. It wasn't originally, well, it may have originally been done, it happened like that, but either way, it's been enhanced since then. And it is got a lot of, the pathway is very narrow, but it's obviously always, it's traversed quite a bit because there's no dust on it, no nothing like that. And you can see that it goes down and then takes a right-hand turn and goes behind the pool. And as it going back, it's actually going down slope. And as it goes behind the pool, you lose sight of it because it basically goes around a 90-degree turn. But like I said, that's to the left as you're walking in from the lobby. The pool itself is the main piece in this open courtyard. So what are you going to do?
She eyes the pathway, sort of interested for a moment, but right now it's not about exploring. She wants to enjoy that hot spring. So she'll head to the hot spring, and the robe is tied very, very loosely. Like it's covering everything appropriately, technically, but like just barely at this moment. She doesn't care.
Well, also, it's very obvious that by the way, I didn't know if anyone saw it. We had a hydrate from Kel.
Oh, I did not say it.
I saw it too. And thank you very much for the resub, Kel. We really appreciate it. And Admiral, I'm sorry, I was busy distracted with a stream trying to drive me insane. So, these people I'm used to. My stream has actually been more well behaved than they have been lately.
No,
we don't have to.
Stop.
cater
No,
We don't
to
say
those.
the word.
Complimenting it.
Doesn't matter.
What'd you say, honey?
You yell in closed door.
Yeah, yelling closed door.
Stop
Spanish.
talking about how well or poorly things are going within certain parameters. It's like saying the Q word on watch or at a medical facility.
Gotcha. Anyway, so you're walking up to the pool.
Yep. And she just kind of picks an empty chair and like drops the robe onto it with very little care and steps in and kind of takes inspiration from the woman that's floating. She just kind of starts floating in the water. And for anyone who looks at Shanter's, it's with the I'm going to make up a word that doesn't really exist. The slight incorporeality of her skin at times. There are some like very pale, faint scars, but they're really difficult to see because they tend to be in those spots that have that more translucent bit to them. So there's, they're mostly on the upper arms. There's a couple like around the ribs. But they're very difficult to see because they're already fairly faint. And then, it's the skin, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can see the water through your arm a little bit.
Just
So-
picturing Chihiro at the beginning of Spirited Away.
Yes.
And her hands start disappearing.
Yep.
Yes.
They just, every now and then, a little bit of you just fades out, but it always comes back.
Always comes back.
So you go down, you're laying in the water. As you get the same reaction. The water is just amazing. It's insanely hot, but there you can, as I said with everyone else, if you bother to put your head under water or you get any of the water in your mouth or on your lips, you can taste the salinity in the water, and you are basically, just floating there and relaxing. How long is everyone going to intend to stay in the pool?
Just enough to get a little pruny.
Which actually will
We'll
happen
just hang
really
out for like a
fast
half
in
hour.
in a pool this size.
In hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are relaxing, trying to enjoy your time, there is people who come, wait staff who come around. You can see them. The first they check all the people sitting on the shore. They ask them if they want drinks, and then you see a decently tall young man. He is wearing basically swims, pretty much a Speedo.
Because he's wearing a Speedo.
Yes, pretty much. And he basically comes walking into the water, and he walks over to where, see, the person probably be you, Estes, because you're floating. And he says, "I'm sorry, miss, I don't mean to disturb you." He says, "But we do like to make sure that our guests are comfortable. Can I bring you a drink or a flotation device or anything else? Do you need anything at all?"
Wait, accent. Hold on.
Holding.
Oh no.
Yes.
No thing.
I will take actually both the flotation device and a glass of red wine. That would be perfect.
I will bring both to you in just a few. I will have them brought out to you in just a few moments. It says, "Would you like just a mat or a floating chair?"
Oh, a floating chair. That sounds lovely.
All right. Oh, excellent. We will have one brought out to you immediately with a glass of red wine. If you're interested, because it is very warm in the water, we do also have mulled wines. Since you're already going to be warm, I was just figuring.
No, just a standard red room temperature.
Very well. As he leaves you, he kind of walks over to where you're sitting, Cecil. And he says, "Sir, is everything all right?"
Everything is wonderful.
He's like, "We do like to check on our guests and make sure that they're having the best experience possible. Can I bring you anything to drink? We have floating platforms that we can put food on if you'd like to eat." He says, "Also, we have other substances that can help enhance your experience in the pool.
Such as
Just simple hallucinogenics, just items that will help you relax, as it were. There is certain mushrooms that have a very noticeable effect, especially when combined with raised body temperature." He says it's all designed around relaxation. There's nothing there to create a very strong out-of-body experience, but I can guarantee you that it will enhance your experience here.
reminds me of back home.
He kind of nods. He's like, "Well, if you do think of anything you want, I can actually make some recommendations based on what we have. I know we have in stock, and basically what you can tell me you want to achieve from your experiences here at the spa. Are you just looking for sheer relaxation? Are you looking for some kind of search for enlightenment and rising to a higher state of mind? Are you looking for just a more sensual experience, more evocative of the more carnalistic natures? Or what is your actual intent?"
I admittedly underestimated this place. I didn't know it was quite this diverse.
We've been able to we have been able to basically cater experiences to our individual customers. I know you've only been booked for one night, but we would also like to make this experience as memorable for you as possible, so that you will be definitely wanting to come back as soon as you can.
Well, I was always taught life is short. Enjoy whatever bounty it presents.
He would like the carnal drugs, please.
You like the carnal drugs, please?
Like,
I think
No,
he
It's
certainly
just
would like-
Remember
Viagra.
what he said.
Give
The
him-
drugs he said he has only enhance things.
it's like, do you have? Let's start out. You never want to just dive straight into the deep end unless you know exactly what the deep end is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start out with something on the lower end. Are there any hard ciders or anything of sort? Something that goes well with the heat.
Actually, yes. We have an apple cinnamon cider. It is actually a warm cider. He says, and it is not as potent. He says on the alcohol front. He says, but it will help with the entire process of relaxation. The apple cinnamon puts you in a wonderful and idyllic state of mind to really enhance your enjoyment of just the warm natures of the water, the floating, and and everything. He says, and I would highly recommend it.
Let's start with that and go from there. The more entertaining and carnal stuff can happen as the sun starts to go down.
He says, well, it usually does here, but yes. He says, I will have that out to you in just a moment. And he goes walking, wading through the water. He goes over to the other woman who is floating. As he's walking over and, the water is being disturbed, she instantly just lazily puts up a hand and just waves him off. And he kind of just nods and he walks over to where the young couple is. He walks towards the young couple, and then he just turns and starts walking away from the young couple.
Yeah, I think they've got their fill already.
Yeah, I think they're good.
I don't think they need anything.
So he's walking along the wall, and you guys
We'll wait
notice
till they come over.
because, like I said, you're on one side of the wall, and the young couple's on the other side. As he's walking across, he goes literally down to chest deep, and he was tall. He was like over 6 feet tall. So he's down chest deep in the water. He's chest deep in the water. And he comes across, but as he's walking across, of course, the water level goes down. And he comes walking over to you. And he says, he looks at all three of you, and he says, do you all require anything? We like to make sure our customer stays is as pleasurable as possible, and we do like to enhance every experience that we offer here. He says, if you are looking to enhance your sense of relaxation, he says, I have a burner available that has been preloaded with a mixed variety of relaxing herbs. He's like, and I could have it brought out, and we would have an attendant stand near you or by you, over you, and swing the urn back and forth to make sure that you get a full effervescence of the smoke.
In
Like one of
nomine
the
domine
church
patre patre filii
Like,
Literally.
I love it. I
He's in a
love
big
it.
silk robe with this weird sashy thing over it.
It just will kind of. I do not think I would want anything like that. I cannot speak for my companion here. I did hear that you mentioned flotation devices. Yes.
Yes, we have just the floating mats. If you want to lay down, relax, you can actually fall asleep on them. The only real reason danger you'll have is if you roll off, and then you'll obviously wake up. It says, but we also have floating chairs, so you can sit in a more seated position, but still drift around. It says, and they have cup holders on the side that makes it much easier to have a drink.
I would like to take a floating chair for my cat here. I think he would enjoy that greatly.
The cat's like,
And for myself, a bottle of your best rice wine, please.
He's like, absolutely. He says, and good choice. You can just put it in a basket, and the water will heat it.
That would be lovely.
He says, and for you, ma'am.
Do you do sangria?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. What? a whole sangria.
He's like, absolutely, miss. We will have a pitcher brought out. I would suggest that you put the pitcher up on the rocks and keep it away from the water and the steam. He says the ice is readily available. He says, but you don't want your sangria too watered down.
No, of course not.
He says, yes, right, we'll have all that out in just a few moments. And as he's saying that, you see an attendant walking out. Two attendants walking out. One of them is, and they're walking, they're coming out the path from behind the place. They're coming out, and one of them has a very large floating chair. It looks like a lawn chair, and it's got like these pieces of, it looks like sponge, like sea sponge, that are on the arms. The frame is made out of some very large pieces of wood. And it says, but bring it out, and the gentleman, like, he gets down to about waist deep in the water, and he sets it down, and he kind of gestures to you, Este, and he says, "Ma'am, your chair."
And she goes, kind of, probably paddles over and slips herself right into that chair.
Yep. As it sinks down in, the water comes up to probably like a few inches above your navel when you sink down to the chair. You notice that the wood itself is... The chair itself, you can tell by the way he was carrying it, wasn't very heavy, even though the wood itself was very large pieces of wood. And so as you sit down in it, the cushion sponges are like, your arms just kind of like sink into them. And on each side of each arm, there is a little metal basket that hangs down that you can basically slip a cup into. He actually has a glass of red. He actually reaches around behind him and he pulls out what looks to be a wine flask or wine pouch, and then he has a glass that's tied to it, and he like basically just pours a glass of red wine, and as you get settled, he kind of hands that to you, and then when you take that, he kind of like starts bringing you out into the deeper part of the water.
I appreciate this man.
And he says, we love to cater to our clients' comfort and joy. He says, is there anything else I can do for you?
Not at this time.
He's like, very well. It says, if you need anything, if you can make the effort, raise a hand. If you can't, we do come around and check every now and then, both to make sure that our clients are doing well, and because the pool is very warm and some people overheat very easily and they could pass out. So we like to come, especially those of you who are enjoy floating in the chairs. It's a very comfortable position, and you don't usually roll out of those. So if you pass out in those chairs, it could go very badly quickly.
That is understandable, but I should have no problem placing my hand if I need anything.
He's like, very well. He's like, in that case, I will only check on you if I get worried. It says, or I see your glass getting empty.
A man after my own heart.
And he's like, no, I'm after a huge tip, ma'am.
Same thing.
He actually laughs and he turns around and he walks off. You get brought Sam sorry. Ow. Cecil.
Another good callback.
Yeah. God damn. So Cecil, he comes a woman comes out. She is wearing much the same outfit as the men. She is basically just got on a set of bottoms, and she comes walking out to you. She is a very almost blue-gray skinned drow elf with white hair, white eyebrows. She comes wading out into the water to you, and she says, you wanted the apple cider?
Oh,
The
yes, I
hard
did.
apple cider. She says, yes. She says, here you are. And she kind of hands you. And you notice it's like in a very large wooden stein that has this very large rim of wood around the outside edge, like a little floaty.
So that it can float.
Yep. And she says, it'll the water will also keep the cider warm. And she says, he says, do be careful. I know that you are told by the waitstaff that these drinks are not as strong in alcoholic content. I like to come out and remind our clients that all of our drinks are incredibly strong in alcohol content. So to say that something is not as strong is just saying that it's still strong. just not as strong as you would get anywhere else.
Fair
Or
enough.
stronger than you get.
Thankfully, I'm of the hardy sort.
He's like, yeah, we worry about people passing out, etc., etc. The water's very, very hot. And she kind of looks at you and she
He
says,
does tend to weaken one's resistance to such things.
well, if you need anything, feel free to raise a hand. If we see you sleeping beneath the surface of the water, we will try and rescue you.
If you sleep beneath the water? No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Just let me go peacefully in my sleep.
It's the use of the word try for me.
So, but she kind of looks at you and she says, do you need anything else?
Not at this time.
It's like, in that case, if you need anything, as I said, raise your hand. But there will be attendants that come around every now and then to check on everyone.
Of course.
And over at the other spot, you guys, Idris, they bring out the big floating chair, and it's like for a human. It's for a human. So your cat jumps in it, and it's just like, and it barely goes down.
Nice. That's all I wanted. That's what I want.
So the cat jumps in the chair, and the cat literally, he kind of like, he puts his head up on the foam arm of the chair to where most of his body's in the water, and his head's just floating on the arm of the chair, and he's like, okay.
Give him ear scritches. That's my boy.
The cat is now a liquid, and his poor
Cats are liquid.
Yes.
It just exists in liquid state. Right, child?
They bring out a large glass pitcher of sangria,
Yes.
and it's got these large pieces of ice floating in it. There is a tall fluted glass beside it, and the person who brings it out is another woman, definitely of orc descent. They have prominent lower jaw, prominent tusks, but actually very similar in build to you, Accordia. Very lean, very athletic. Corded muscles move under the skin just in the most delightful of ways. As they come walking out and they crouch down on the outside of the rock rim, they pour you a glass. They lean forward. They lean forward and low enough to get the glass down to where you don't have to reach up, which means that they're basically kind of hovering over you. But you also notice they don't put a hand down to balance themselves.
Oh,
so, and you can see
amazing core strength.
Yeah, you can. I was gonna say you can see the abdominals flexed out, and they're just holding themselves like that, and they're waiting for you to take the glass.
Thank you, darling.
She's like, "It is our pleasure, ma'am." She says, and the voice is a little bit deeper, mainly probably because of the tusks they have to project more to speak clearly because tusks make it very difficult to talk. And she says, "Is there anything else I can provide you with?"
For the moment, no. I'm good.
The cat is very happy.
Oh yes, he is very relaxed. He is. I will have a hard time getting him out of the chair, but that is fine.
Charlie.
So she says, if the cat would like anything, we do have items that are meant strictly for pets. We have chilled cream. It says we have actually some fresh caught redfish that we can prepare
he would adore
in
that.
almost a pate with certain seasoning and spices that we found that pets seem to really enjoy.
He would love that. Yes, let us treat him. Let us treat him.
Very well. I'll have that brought out almost immediately. We may have to feed him out of the water. I don't know how well he eats, if he's a dainty eater or...
He is a dainty eater.
Oh,
He
okay.
is. He will be fine.
All right. So we'll have that brought out immediately.
Thank you.
And she says...
And my rice.
Oh, no. She's like, oh, yes, I'm sorry. She reaches down and she says, I've already taken... We had this... We keep the rice wine in a heated pool in the back. So all you have to do is keep the bottle on this rack, and she says, and the rack kind of just clips onto the wall, and it makes it to where only the top of the bottle, the white wine, is sticking out of the water. So just keep the bottle inside the water. It should maintain a perfect temperature. The glass is thick enough to where it won't overheat the rice wine and make it kind of vinegary out. So she says, but it's very much what you would expect from a very good rice wine. It's not going to be anything like home. She says, but I guarantee you it's going to at least make you nostalgic.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Says, very well. And she kind of stands up, and she's looming over you, and she says, if you need anything at all, either raise a hand, or waitstaff will be coming around to check on people, and to make sure that everyone is fine. It says, if you have any requirements that have not been met yet, do know that if you require anything at all from some substances that are more on the mind-altering side to companionship that would be more liking to help assuage loneliness, you are more than welcome to call. We will remind all of our guests for companionship that the people being brought that are here and provide those services, they do so as independent workers, and so they have complete say over whether or not they take on new clients. There is a small interview process.
We got them bougie whores here.
Yes.
Well, this is going to be an interesting day.
Well, we know what Cecil's going to be up to later.
I can already see where this is going.
You say that like it's a bad thing. When life provides a bounty, harvest.
You have to pay for it. It's not really a bounty, is it?
Hmm.
And the waitress is listening to the conversation, she kind of looks down at you, and she says, and she crouches down, and she like gets her ear right next to yours and says, "Everything's already been covered, miss."
Precisely. It's like if I recall exactly, what's the term? It's been handled. Our employer is paying for our stay. We may as well enjoy it.
I understand.
You could choose to tell Matez that we have already been bought.
I mean, we are
That is
going on a
not-
job. They may possibly claim our lives. We may as well enjoy the benefits while they last. Is
You're
this
right.
not-
I am going to very much enjoy this sake that has been brought to me. Thank you very much.
There we go. Someone gets it.
They nod to you, and
Never said I was not going to enjoy my wine.
I am confused. Who implied we weren't enjoying ourselves?
The cat,
Apparently the cat.
primarily the cat. and playing
You don't
the
need to be
part
part
of,
of the conversation.
Idris's pet is Charlie.
It's this dickhole.
This dick.
We love a dick.
Hello, Charlie / Roland. Hello.
Like, it's like,
Been screaming at me all day. I don't know why.
Wait, is diving into Death's Maws not normal for your occupations?
I don't think that is normal for anyone but you.
My job
I mean-
usually entails that I keep other people from diving into Death's Maw.
Huh.
Not
I
my
want
diving
a
into it myself.
vacation home over the winter.
All right. How are the Astas?
Oh, well, doing rich people things.
Of course.
I didn't go back for the season this year.
Ah, well, it is just as well.
But you all have hunted and fought before, correct?
In a manner of speaking, my specific skill set is more getting in, taking things, and getting out, but nobody's seeing me.
He just
It's
lifts
just one
himself
my
out of the
professions.
pool just enough to where you can see the scars, and he just gestures to himself before sitting back down and having another sip of his wine.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold
the-
on.
the heat the
Uh,
heat of it is actually started to kind of show off his, and you can see there's actually, though many of them are healed, there are numerous scars, less that look like were made from weapons, more that look like they were made from monsters,
So the big thing
all
about
across the back,
scars,
shoulders, arms.
yeah, the big thing about scars in worlds where magic is predominant, scars are not massively uncommon, but magical healing usually means that you don't scar. Like if you get injured and someone immediately walks up and casts cure wounds on you and they get rid of all the hit point damage, then there's not going to be a scar. It's as if nothing ever happened. What scars mean is you face situations where there was not healing readily available, and you basically had to heal on your own and you survived it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you have really poor, like, not hygiene, skincare routine. There you go.
skincare routine. Also, it also proves that you are not going to pay for that fucking restoration spell.
But that would get rid of all these stories.
Yes, it would. But anyway, so
Doors are still there.
So as
It's
you're
like-
floating there and you guys have this conversation, Este, you feel your little floating chair kind of bump into something. And you hear a voice say, "I am so sorry."
Which side is the voice?
It's coming from the
Coming
opposite side that they're on. So, like, you know, the other side.
She looks over.
You see the woman who was floating is kind of like bobbing there, and she says, "I didn't realize that I must have drifted off a bit. I'm sorry to have bumped you. I hope I didn't spill your drink."
Oh, no, you're... No,
She
no.
has a scar that goes over the edge of her nose, and you can tell that it was a massive wound at one time. The nose is slightly deformed on this nostril, like there's a smallish gap. But it goes down the side of their face. They are definitely not straight human. They are very not. They're not sapphically human. But anyway, no, but they're not. There's something in their bloodline because they have incredibly olive complected skin, almond shaped eyes. They are decent. Their shoulders are fairly wide, and as as she's looking at you, you can see that their shoulders are very wide. Their jaw is kind of broad and very, very strong, and they're not really crouching a hell of a lot in the water to stay, to keep to just keeping themselves in the warm water. So they're not exactly incredibly tall, but muscle, lots of muscle. And they kind of look at you and they say, "I couldn't, and I don't mean to eavesdrop, but when I woke, I kind of overheard that portion of your conversation. I am going to assume that you're adventurers."
Yes, we are adventurers.
"And you have a mission to accomplish."
Yes, we have been hired to do some work for someone.
He says, "Are you looking for any more?"
That I'm not sure of. I think I would have to check with our employer, considering we had to sign contracts. Very official. This is unusual.
It's actually a good sign. Anyone who's willing to actually put things on paper in situations that could be this fluid, as most adventuring situations are, hopefully that means that they have the best of intentions. And she's kind of like, she puts her hand out and she says, "Kelly,
Este.
it's a pleasure to meet you, Este." She says, "I am by trade a brewer." says, but the reality of my situation means I spend much more time looking for more exotic ingredients for my trade than I do actually getting to ply my trade. This says, and due to that, I've actually gotten quite a bit of experience ranging in some of the more dangerous places that these twin worlds have to offer.
Ah, you range the wilds.
Yes, it's my specialty. Especially in this area. She says, I do my best to eke out a living as a brewer, but in all honesty, after having gone on enough adventures, I know that brewing is fun and I really enjoy it, but adventuring is so much more profitable. It's much more dangerous. And she kind of gestures to the face, and she says, "And this I keep as a reminder that I must stay aware and humble." Says, yes.
Will you be here at the resort for much longer?
Yeah, I'm actually here for several days. I was taking some time off before I went looking for the next job. I earned it.
We should be. I believe we are supposed to speak with our employer tomorrow.
No.
I don't see the harm in seeing if we could add one more to the group.
Of course, we could. I can't be the only one who knows the wilds on this journey.
It says,
But you had a use then.
When we
It
set
just
upon a
spits out-
raging beast, we'll see if that continues.
It just spits out his wine, just laughing.
Estee snorts. There's no hiding it. It was a good comeback.
That was a good
There's-
one.
and Kelly
Sip.
says, everyone has their use, and no one can be said to be a burden, because in the end, you can always put them in front of you when something charges.
That is a
Indeed.
good point.
You
That
are
is a
not
very good
impressed.
point.
True.
He is not enough to. Actually, I'm not going to say what I was. That was really mean.
Bait is a thing.
No, he's large enough to make a really good meat shield.
That is true.
And she just goes like, I didn't get a good enough look.
Oh,
That's because he's sitting down.
They kind of chuckle. Says, I've actually been floating long enough that I am about to turn into a raisin. I'm going to go get some rest. Do you know what time? Should I call on you after, or should I call on you early before you take your meeting?
Why don't you come with us?
I was going
It
to
would
say
probably
I'm
be easier.
usually up fairly early. We could meet for breakfast.
We could. I will definitely see you in the morning then.
All right, we'll see you in the morning.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you.
And you.
And you as
Thank
well,
you.
Kelly.
wise.
And she walks out of the pool. As they walk out of the pool, there is a very squared, blockish appearance to their physique. Broad shoulders, a very toned back that goes down into that split V. They have a butt that you could crack a walnut on, and then they did not skip leg day in any way, shape, or form.
Good.
Yes.
Glory,
Also, mommy.
glory.
Yeah.
What the hell of a way
I'm
to
a
die.
butt person.
And-
I'm a butt
but-
like
I feel like
that.
they're all just
Give them
Everyone.
Everyone's
Everyone.
staring. Everyone just like staring. One of the wait staff comes by and individually close all your mouths.
Is it just me, or is there an awful lot to appreciate tonight?
There is much to appreciate this evening.
Very
No arguing there.
And as they're walking up, they pick up a robe and they put the robe on and they tie the robe off and they turn around and she's like, and I have incredibly good hearing.
Ah,
Estee
Just
just raises her glass
just-
and like kind of tips
No
it towards her. Like,
She kind of like picks up a glass that's been sitting on the table where the robe was, and she holds it back up. She holds it back up to you all, and she says, "I will see you all in the morning." She says, unless anyone finds my room first. And they walk off.
It just takes another drink.
How
This
do
is
you do
going to be an
tracking
interesting
in Pathfinder?
How do you do tracking in Pathfinder? You follow
Almost
the wet
everyone.
footsteps.
Would this be a
Survival.
survival
It's
roll?
the same.
Survival.
Okay, there we go.
Probably would be survival, yeah.
But before we go tracking the poor person, let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Everybody shows up at her door.
Everybody shows at the door, and she.
It's a race.
Oh wait, I got the answer to that one. Everyone shows up at her door, and open the door. It's like, oh yes, I was hoping that would happen.
That's it. That's our team bonding. Just
That's our team bond.
Yes.
So anyway, let's go ahead and take. Let's just take a 10-minute break so everyone can get their heart rates back to normal. And we are going to be back in 10 minutes. We love you all very much. And we'll
Wait,
see you
y'all
then.
have heart rates?
You'll have heart rates.
I mean, I'm not dead as far as I'm aware, so my heart is beating.
Yep.
Not a lich yet.
Not a lich yet. Still working
lich
towards it,
yet.
but not yet.
Oh yeah.
We'll
I
see
mean,
you
my
guys.
title would
Gotta have
assume I
goals.
don't have one, but
We will see you guys in 10 minutes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hi. Hope you guys had a good little break. We did too. Now, remember, we are doing a giveaway tonight. After the break, which is now, I'm going to set up a little giveaway for one of our shirts. Now, here's the thing. We're going to be giving away the shirt that I'm currently wearing, which the art is done by the incredible Red Queen Hales. And the shirt basically says, you reach out to push the orc off the cliff, but instead lightly caress his back. And then it shows the orc with a natural 1. And it says, and the bottom says, he is very uncomfortable. But with this group, he would basically just give you his number.
You would. You would.
We're a very charismatic group.
You're very charismatic.
True.
You're amazing.
I mean, this time, yes, I did choose high charisma.
So let me get this started here real quick. Where is my contests? Cloudbot, come here. Hi, Cloudbot. How you doing? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Good, good. How's the family? Good.
Dead.
Dead? Good God.
Wow. They're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. You can't touch them. Necromancer come to see. Son of a bitch.
Hi, Mom.
You haven't used me in
Hi,
so long, I wasn't able to feed my children.
It's like, hi, Mom. I'm in jail. I like it here.
I
Make so many friends.
3 square meals a day, a bed, and built-in friends. This is great.
Built-in friends.
Why does that just sound like something Callie would say?
No, it
Callie?
sounds like something Drake would say.
Yeah,
Not the whole
Callie doesn't
built-in
get
friends
built-in
thing.
friends.
No,
Callie
Callie would
what,
be the
right?
ones that got sent to jail, talking about all things. I get food, I get a bed, I've made all these friends.
I'm saying,
Kelly would
saying
actually
that she
make
went
friends.
to saying she went to prison and she made friends. That would be Callie. In no,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
no uncertain terms, that would completely be Callie.
Yeah, she'd
That's
get
what I'm
adopted
saying.
by a gang.
I joined a prison gang.
Yes. Oh my god, I should find that audio.
All right.
I have to
So
find that out.
we're gonna put this in, and basically what happens is this: everyone who is gonna put in the keyword for the giveaway is gonna get 1 ticket. Everyone who's a sub and puts the keyword in for the giveaway is gonna get 2 tickets. And so if you guys want to get those tickets, you're going to have to come in and do that now. The giveaway has been started. PayPal. Hang on, I actually have to buy the shirt now.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, that is a thing.
It's a thing you should probably do. And,
I thought you said you were giving away the one you're wearing.
No one wants
Oh,
this
yeah,
particular one.
that
I'm giving away one
specific
from
one.
the store. If you
That's
want
not
the
what I
one I'm
heard.
wearing, you can try and take it off me at Gen Con. How's that?
Oh, I'll take it off you when Milagros goes for your knees.
I'll take it off
It's
you.
a two-pronged attack.
It's a two-pronged attack.
But which one is the distraction? We'll never tell.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking teamwork.
Motherfucking teamwork. 2565.
Now that song's in my head.
Thank you, Jack Black.
Thank you, Jack Black. Indeed.
Oops.
Just wanna fuck you softly.
One of my very first roommates had just the whole personality of Jack Black.
Why did you ever move out?
He moved out. I think he lives in Arizona now. He's got like 4 kids or something like that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Nah,
Let's see where it is here.
trust me, one is
There it
enough.
goes.
One is
Admiral's
fine.
already entered.
Oh, there's too many.
Let me guess, was it /Orcus and you did it on accident?
No, it's exclamation point ship is the keyword. Exclamation point ship. Ship, 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 ship.
Oh no. No.
Shipping
no
already,
more
are
shipping.
we?
No more shipping.
Shipping already,
Already
are we?
with the
Oh,
shipping.
my
God
forever
damn.
I mean, we can't have a stream without a ship.
There you go.
True, and we can't ride this one. Wait.
Dun, dun,
Shit.
dun. You can ride.
Riding a ship, you
You
say?
can ride anything if you're careful and diligent.
Riding, you said.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Don't be no
no.
punk.
Where's badge 502? Where's badge 502?
Where's the MT guy? He's got to talk some sense into Sam.
What the hell?
I would love to see a
Because
video
I
where
will
somebody
let
said
you-
that
You know
EMT just.
You know what? You know what? I will
No.
very specifically point out one thing that should not ever be used as a dildo.
A cactus.
A nuke?
Okay, that
Nuke?
too.
A
That
nuke?
too. But malachite.
Malachite.
Yes.
Ooh,
I
yes.
saw that
Oh
long
my God, I saw
Tumblr
that.
thread on that. Holy
Yes.
shit.
Oh my
Stick
god.
grenade?
Do not use the pretty green rock.
No.
Do not put
don't
the
do it.
pretty green rock
Appar-
into orifices.
Yes,
Don't do
because
it.
apparently it's bad. There's chemical reactions. Things happen. Survival's not likely.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Please
it.
don't do it. If you value your life or your genitals, don't do
Or
it.
your genitals. If you value your partner or your genitals, don't do
Mostly
this.
your genitals.
Mostly your genitals. Don't do this. So
Your orifices.
your orifici,
Any orifice.
orifici. Where'd it go?
Emphasize just sounds like a new Richard Simmons workout. Stretch into the orifices.
It feels like it includes that perineum sunning.
Wow. Just wow. That went sideways so fast. I don't even understand
It's
what
definitely
happened.
a variation on leg day.
It's a variation on leg day. So if you guys want to enter to
Yeah, I
win
mean-
this shirt, not this particular shirt that I'm wearing, but this shirt that's currently being showing up in chat, please type !ship. SHIP, !ship. And you will be entered
Not
to
for
win.
nothing, but legs will probably be involved. Okay, I'm done for now.
I'm just gonna sit
For
here.
now.
I'm gonna sit here and cry.
Don't cry,
This is,
Ray.
this is why the commune is not going to happen.
This is why the commune's not gonna happen,
This is why the commune is gonna happen.
dude. I swear, we're like, if you guys want to come to Texas, we can make the commune now. I've already got an acre.
Nice.
It's the coming to Texas part thing.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Aspect.
But 5 more of you means that there's 5 less votes that'll count in the other direction.
That is true. If we move enough of us down there, we could change the political structure of Texas.
Yep. And I live in a
We
small
could fix
town.
Texas. We could fix Texas, guys.
Dinner and a
I
game
don't think
fixes
there's any
Texas
fix
on
in
their own.
Texas.
And I'll let everyone. I'll smoke meat every weekend for everybody. No, shush. I'm too old to do that.
Are you?
Yes,
Are you?
I have determined it. I am.
Okay.
Cheech and Chong.
I'm not.
Cheech and Chong. We're all going one direction. Sam is somewhere else. So
Well, you're talking
Sam
about
wants the recreational
smoking.
Sam wants the recreational
still on
drugs, but
drugs.
also
I
gets
know.
the carnal stuff.
No, Sam's just gonna help Ray smoke his meat.
you're younger and you have more endurance, Sam. Get to work.
What,
And
the
you have,
mind
and your
from
back's better
Futurama?
than mine, so get to work.
Smoking
The
meat
mind
is
is
all well
willing,
and
the
good,
body
but
is
it's all
weak.
about the boots getting smoked.
Oh my god. Oh.
Just saying.
I mean, there are spare beds in my camper.
I love you very much, sweetie, but I'm 6 feet tall and 300 pounds. There's no spare beds in your camper once I climb in. There may not be a camper.
Okay, well, eventually I'm going to probably upgrade it to a nice RV.
So,
Hot springs.
Hot springs. Yes, back to the hot springs.
We're at the hot springs.
We're at the hot springs, being hot and springing. But yeah, so I believe you were going to attempt to track someone down.
Someone was, yeah.
Accordia?
Yeah, I kind of was. I was going to do that. I was going to wait an appropriate time so it didn't look stalkery.
So it didn't look stalkery. What is an appropriate time?
Well, yeah, you can't go too fast.
Wait.
Yeah.
No. This is instruction. This is now an instructional video. What is an appropriate time to go chase someone down that doesn't look stalkery?
They did say
Okay.
later.
You did say later. You don't want to be too eager. You don't want to make it look like you're really trying too hard. So we're gonna finish our sangria
Mm-hmm.
because we're a classy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe we have breakfast plans.
Seems
will-
like some of you are already thinking about dinner plans as well.
No, it's too early for dinner. Although we could meet for dinner too.
It would depend on the kind of dinner, I think, that he's talking about.
That's the
Oh.
vibe. That is the vibe I got as well.
I thought this was just afternoon delight, but dinner would work too.
Yeah, various different names of it.
A little of both, perhaps.
Whatever you want to call it, my friend.
Column A, column B, bindings in between. Who knows?
I have never
As long as
been
it is
opposed to
consensual.
this.
If it wasn't, that'd be a problem.
Noted.
But I'll let you all have fun with pursuing that. I've found doing that sort of thing with someone before a hunt, especially one who may be on the hunt with you, can sometimes be a distraction.
I forgot to say one thing about the person who walked Kelly. She is actually about 5 feet tall.
A short,
Short
queen.
Short queen. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh God! I was like, "What? That's shorter than M."
Not by much.
Not by much.
Not by much, but
And
still.
that's just because M's learned to go up on the balls of her feet right before they measure.
God damn it.
Right. Well, I've been on a smelly pirate ship for weeks, so
That is true.
I'm
You are.
going to-
You know what? You are owed some afternoon delight. I think.
yes.
Just have fun.
Oh, yeah. I'll try to track you down later. Saunter out of the pool, get my rope, and then I'm gonna go to try to find Kelly.
The saunter, for anyone who's watching, the saunter is very leisurely right up until they get to like where the hallway starts, and then there's like almost a little sprint.
Just a quick little dash.
How are
Little
you going to
pitter-patter.
try and track them?
I mean, I think survival is the best option I have.
All righty, let's go ahead and.
Starting over. I can rethink how I can do this then.
I just have in my notes.
Now it's fixed.
Cordia wants to smoke Kelly's boots.
Ah, I'm gonna be boot scooting.
All
For
right,
sure.
sorry about that, folks. Apparently when Streamlabs crashed earlier, we weren't using this particular overlay, and when it broke all the connections to our sound devices, it broke them on all the overlays. So when we came to this one, I didn't notice that they weren't hooked up. So again, a few minutes after you waited an appropriate amount of time. The main jokes were, what is an appropriate amount of time to stalk someone, and we've determined that
Yeah. How can I not be a stalker?
now. So you guys, so you basically gave it what you considered an appropriate amount of time. You went down the hallway. You rolled an insanely high roll for your tracking, so you're having no trouble establishing where they went. You basically followed their trail all the way down to you found a obsidian glass door blocking off a section of the hotel, and when you knocked on the door, one of the attendants from the hotel opened the door and told you that these are the luxury suites, and you told them that you were looking for one of the guests named Kelly. They asked if they were expecting you. You said, kinda. Maybe. And they asked you how you
Hey,
would
listen,
like
I gotta shoot my shot.
and they asked you, how would you like to be introduced?
Yes. I didn't give her a name. Cordia, one of the adventurers from the hot springs.
Oh, very well. Give me a few moments. I'm going to walk down to their room and let them know that you are present, and we will see what they say about letting you come up. You must understand the guests in these suites actually are the one pay for the privilege of having limited access to and exclusive rooms.
Certainly.
We are going to go ahead and he walks off, starts walking the hallway. So the rest of you watched Accordia walk away. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I was honestly expecting one of you two to go chasing out, but
Well, she's very attractive.
yeah.
It's not what I'm particularly in the mood for at this time.
Can't say much different. I can respect the dedication, though. I don't even
Oh,
know how
that'd be
some of those muscles were worked. I'm going to have to ask them later.
Well, I respect a lot about that, buddy.
What about you, Idris? I saw you staring too.
I was just generally appreciating the form. It is very magnificent.
Right?
You don't often see such, what is the word I am looking for? Dedication to fitness.
Dedication.
If I had to wager a guess, I saw some of the upper body muscles. I recognize some of them. You see them a lot in those who climb the mountains.
Sure. Suffice it to say, she does not skip leg day.
I should
No.
hope not if you're going to be exploring around here. Or other places. You need
No,
to relax
symmetry.
more, friend. No need to be so uptight about it. It's natural.
There is not. There's
You
no
missed-
uptightness here.
I think you missed what he was actually saying.
I believe you. I believe the kids are calling it subtext now.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Well, let's go on and explore the place then.
All right.
Now that we're nice and relaxed, we might as well see all of what this place has to offer, considering we have reign of it.
And so he goes and You are. I'm assuming you're going to get up and go put your towel on, or you're going to go change to explore.
Towel on initially. If there's certain places that require more clothing, he will go put more clothing on.
All right.
But for the time being, it's just puts the towel on, make sure it's tucked nice and tight. It's like,
The wild thing is, and have you guys hot tub, hot springs, anything like that? You guys all done something like that?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
guys,
Yes.
so you guys understand how wild it feels to have like a breeze blowing across you right after you come out of that?
oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like the end all be all after that experience of being in that warm environment to be coming out of that and then having the breeze that's coming in from the open air area. That breeze is coming in across us, blows across you, and it's just like goosebumps.
His tattoo, the the tattoo on the right looks like the storm actually glows a little bit about that as he just stretches like, there's that nice cool mountain air.
So you guys are going. Where are you intending to go explore? And who is going with Cecil?
No, Este's staying in the hot spring. Este's like, no, I am enjoying this way too much.
S is like,
Yeah,
no,
this is
they are
contemplating.
not prunes yet.
They are not pretty yet.
Yeah, Idris is contemplating it, and he sees Roland just kind of like half asleep in the chair, and it's like,
Oh, buddy.
yeah, I think I'm going to watch over my cat there. And also, this rice wine is entirely too good.
Oh yeah, just don't get too drunk on the rice wine. You're gonna miss out on all the rest of the entertainment this place may have.
What other entertainment do you think I require, my friend?
I don't know. There's bound to be something that might catch your eye here.
And anything we want can be easily delivered to our rooms.
That is true.
But you have to know the habit first.
That is
And
what
then we can ask them. to do
Ah.
this.
it is called a menu.
It's not as fun as actually exploring, though.
I think you just want to find trouble to get into. I know your type.
I don't find trouble.
know your type.
Trouble finds me, usually in the
Same.
form of a large roaring monster. But I doubt I'm going to find that here, so it will be
Please try
fine.
to avoid one of those right now. I do not have my knives on me.
And I would rather not and I'd rather not utilize my magic with these. I have put a
What am I
spell into my
supposed to be
fist and
looking at?
punched somebody with it.
Ah.
People don't expect to be punched in the face with a cone of cold.
That is fair.
So you two are sticking in the pool, and
Oh, yes.
Cecil's gonna go do a little exploring in the nude.
Stay out of trouble, friend. If your towel falls off, I do not know you.
If my towel falls off, it wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
If your towel falls off, make sure you're facing the right direction.
I'll just try not to swing left around any of the shorter species.
Ah, now we know he dresses to the left.
Ah, yes. It's good to know.
So you, Cecil, you're gonna head off. Before you head off, let's switch back over to Accordia standing in front of the door. After a few moments, the door opens up, and it opens all the way in this time, and the same attendant is standing there. As you look down, the hallway here looks very, very similar to the hallway behind you. It's got the same marbled flooring. It's got the same pure alabaster walls going down the sides with with lanterns every few feet going along, and the lantern light reflects off the white walls and makes the whole entire area very bright. They're going down, though, instead of being a door every about 10 feet, there are 4 doors on the right side, so each door is about 20 feet, and there are 4 doors on the left side. And as you walk down, he goes all the way down to the 3rd door on the left, which is basically facing into the courtyard. And he goes down to it, and he knocks 3 times, and the voice says, "Come in." And he opens the door and steps aside to allow you to enter.
Walk in.
You come into the room. There is a very large living area that has 2 full-size couches facing each other. In the center between the couches, there is a open air. There's a fire pit, and directly above the fire pit, there's a huge metal flue that goes up. Around the fire pit, like I said, the 2 couches on either end. On the other sides of the fire pit, there are some tables that are kind of right up against the edge of the fire pit. The fire pit is squared, and it's the outside rim of the fire pit is done with like 12-inch clay tiles that go around the top edge, and the front of it is beveled in to where like you get closer to the fire pit around the edges of it. There are 2 chairs on either side of the other end of the fire pit with a little table between them. Everything seems to be pulled up very close to the fire pit. As you walk in, you see there is 2. As you walk in, you're coming in from the left corner of the room. Directly across to the right in this large living area, there is a door. And then you can see ahead of you, there is another door. The room itself is about 15 feet wide by about 20 feet deep. And then so there's obviously 2 rooms on either end of the building, and this is kind of like a shared living space. And as you're kind of walking in, you see that the door to the right across the room for you is open. And you hear a very lovely voice singing.
I'm going to follow the singing.
So you go walking in, and you see that there is a room, well, not a large room, about a 15 foot by 15 foot room. And inside the room, there is a bed that has been set against one wall. Directly on the other side of the bed, there's a large armoire for clothing. There is a metal armor, there's a wooden armor stand that has a suit of what looks to be plate mail armor sitting on it. There is also a very large battle axe leaned up against the wall besides the armor suit. Laying on the bed, you see a very lovely set of lingerie has been laid out. It is very, very, it's black with very, very dark red lacy highlights over it. And it's been purposely laid out like it was like there's supposed to be a person in it, but it's just laid out right there on the bed. And you hear the singing coming from an open doorway directly ahead, and you can see steam coming out of the doorway.
All right. All right.
Just watching Cassie be indecisive.
I am, because I can go full naked man, or I could jump in the shower, and I'm trying to figure out where my head's at.
The naked man.
I love the naked man. Such a stupid idea, but goddamn,
It's a great one. Yeah.
It works sometimes.
sometimes.
Sometimes it does work. Yeah.
I think Accordi would just
So
take
it
a
worked
seat
for
on
my
the. She just take a seat on the bed and kind of wait.
Okay.
Inspect the laundry a little bit. I'm not gonna. Going into the shower is a little more intrusive, so
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna go quite that far.
After a few minutes, the singing kind of stops. Kelly comes walking out. One thing I didn't describe. Kelly has an undercut that has been cut all the way around, so there's only the hair on top of her head has been grown out. That kind of she wears loosely over her right side of her face, and the right side of her head, and it kind of hangs down to just about the jawline. As she comes out of the shower, she says, "Oh," she kind of looks at you and she raises her eyebrow and she says, "Really? I had no idea. She's
Well,
like, sorry,
I didn't
thought-
mean to disappoint.
No. There's no disappointment. I just thought I was better at reading situations. Apparently, I'm not. She says, she comes over and she walks over to you and she like looks at you because you're sitting on the bed, but she's only like 5 feet tall, so you're almost eye level with her. You know, you're just a little bit shorter. She looks at you and she says, I didn't even catch your name.
My name's Accordia.
Really?
Yes.
That is an amazing name. Where does it come from?
I don't know. It was some old family name. I think my family still brought it over from the Shadow Plains when they came.
Oh,
Much,
wow.
much older than
No, I
most
understand.
memory.
This is, well, Accordia. This is obviously I was putting out definite signals. This is, and I am not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. But I do want you to be okay with this situation. I was just looking for companionship.
That's fine. I didn't expect anything more permanent.
Yes,
You're an
'cause we're-
adventurer, and
Well, I was going to say, because we're not going to get married after knowing each other 9 to 10 minutes.
I'm not even married.
It's like,
That's a political arrangement.
she says, oh, are you noble?
No, not particularly.
Not particularly.
I mean,
Is it a seasonal thing?
yes, mostly. I work for nobility
Oh,
on occasion.
it's good work if you can get it.
It definitely is, and well, it funds a lot of my adventures.
She kind of looks around and she says, well, obviously I don't have to worry about that too much.
No, I suppose not. You're local, right? You brew
Yes.
for here?
Yes. And to be honest, my entire family are brewers.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you export?
Extensively. My last name is McKinster. Would you like to make me a history check?
Yes. Is that history? Is there
or
history?
was it social?
Lore.
Lore's good.
Lore? Is it lore? It's a lore check? Okay.
Sure.
Do I not have... I don't have a lore skill?
So the lore skills work a little bit differently in this case, since it'd be more of a, hey, these people are known for social situations, or in larger
it
people,
might
that
be
one would
society.
be actually
Would it be a-
society.
I was going to say, would it be a society role?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
cool.
Lore is for very,
Yeah,
very,
lore-
very specific subjects.
Specific cases.
So society.
Society.
And
Roll.
thus lore
Oh.
skill DCs, if it's within
Holy
that range,
balls.
are a lot easier
Holy
to make.
balls. You rolled an 18 on the die.
Biggity, biggity ball.
Biggity balls.
I haven't seen a 32
Oh,
Great biggity balls.
ever.
So you, the McKinsters are. She is understating a lot of things. McKinsters is based here on the Twins, but they have breweries on every single major world. They brew some of the most popular ales, ciders, and lagers anywhere. They are an old family of dwarves, but they've intermarried out quite a bit, so that there is a lot of different members of the family now. McKinster's Brewers has been around,
Account for the height.
huh? What?
Probably would account for the height
Yep.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
McKinster's Brewers have been around for literally hundreds of years. And as a company, they have just like I said, they have brewer houses and distribution networks on every single planet. And there is very few industries that touch every single planet. And this is one. In fact, the only place they don't currently have a brewery is on Kyrell.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
No one knows why.
No one knows why.
It's a mystery.
But they did
there's
have
no
one.
reason. They pulled
So
out a
well
Kyrell.
known. So very, very well known
No.
family name.
It was a
They're
horrible thing.
rich, bitch.
They were frozen out of Kyrell. It was a horrible thing.
Damn.
So anyway, you guys, you recognize the name.
Oh,
I mean, they're not Astor rich, which is kind of scary to say, but they're not far off.
Nobody's Astor rich.
Yep.
nobody's asked her rich. Listen, I worked on a planet for 6 months and then I was free to do shit because I worked for this family. Oh, so you definitely export.
Yeah. She's wearing a towel and she says, I don't know if I'm comfortable being told that. She says,
Well, with a known name. Of
yes.
course.
She says, but I'm not here because I'm a McKinster. And I'm not with you because of that. I just don't want there to be any... I don't like a lot of... I want there to be transparency about who we are. We are two people, and she kind of like... she reaches out... She holds out a hand for your hand,
You take her hand.
and she pulls you to your feet. And she says, we are two people who have found an attraction to each other. I hope. If you came here for any other reason, then that's going to be very sad.
I actually come here to kill you.
I came here to kill you.
I'm here to drink all
That's
your
why
beer.
I'm completely unarmed.
I came here
Showed
to
up in
kill
a
you.
bathrobe.
I know. That's why I'm completely unarmed and absolutely naked underneath this bathrobe. I'm here to kill you. It's going to
With
be a
my
heart
bare
attack,
thighs.
and it's going to take a while.
Lord,
Or
Lord,
or
it's a hell of a
suffocation.
way to
Or
die.
suffocation.
Or it's poison lipstick. We don't know.
You've been sitting in hot water for like 45 minutes. There's no more lipstick.
No, but I could have. You don't know. I
You
could have had it
don't
in
know.
my robe pocket or
You could have reapplied.
Accidentally licks lips once. Shit.
You're feeling kind of nervous, so you
Oh,
lick
no.
your lips absentmindedly.
Or just
There
see something
were
you like,
women that
licks
were
lips.
trained.
Shit.
that
Shit.
were
Oh.
trained in poisons. They specifically wore poison lipstick to assassinate kings,
Oh,
Yeah.
and they built up immunities to it. So
But yeah, as she pulls you up to your feet, she says, and I don't say that nothing else will or could happen, especially if we end up adventuring together. It says, but for this evening, we can get to know each other in a an incredibly similarly intimate way without worrying about any consequences from the next day. Is that something that you would be interested in?
I appreciate that more than you know.
She says, she's looking up at you. How tall are you, by the way?
I mean, Accordia isn't super tall. She's probably like 5'6", 5'7".
Okay, so she is looking up at you then. I mean, that's full half foot.
Yeah.
So she's looking up at you and she says, well, in that case, and her towel just drops. It says, I believe we have a decent amount of evening left to us. And she reaches forward and she just like slowly pulls the string on your robe.
That we do.
It's business.
And
Business
we can fade to black on that.
Everyone else, damn it!
Hey, toss, man.
We can't get in too much trouble.
We can't get in too
Exactly.
much trouble.
Exactly. I'm just imagining the freaking.
This is only our second session.
Yeah, we can't get the channel banned on our second game.
touche.
So the rest of you are still at the pool. Cecil, you begin exploring. The first thing you do is you go back up to the front, the front lobby kind of opens out into the pool. So it is, right there. There is the hallway that you went down to go to your rooms, which was to the right facing in towards the pool, or the left facing the front doors. There is another hallway that goes down to in the other direction, and going away from there's like a corner right there where there's I guess you'd say a four-way juncture. But the four different directions there's a wall with a lobby, and then the hallway goes down beside the lobby. And then there is the lobby itself. And then on the other end of the lobby, there's a hallway that goes to where your rooms are. And if you look at it and from a point of view of cardinal directions, the lobby is to the south. The pool is to the north. There's a hallway that goes east and a hallway that goes west. But there is remember that where I said that wall of lava rock is that has a trail that goes beside it? There is a path that goes down beside that seems to go behind the pool.
This question is, does he travel the outdoor path or the indoor path? That shouldn't even surprise me. He's exploring the outdoor path.
That is the least surprising thing.
It's the least surprising. So
I leave it up to the dice, and the dice is like, yes, be typical.
So you begin walking down the path that goes behind the pool?
Mm-hmm.
So the path, all the other flooring in here is that white marble, but the path is made out of the very smooth version of the obsidian rock that the walls of the pool are made out of. So as you begin walking down the path, the walls are black obsidian, black volcanic rock, and the path is black volcanic rock. So as you walk down the path, and it takes a 90-degree turn, and it's still sloping down, and ahead of you, you see a large oaken door that is closed, and the path goes straight up to it and ends right there at the door. It's about 50 feet from the corner to the door, so it's not a short distance. It's about the entire width of the pool.
Let's see what's in the door.
Okay, so you go up to the door. You try the handle, and it is not locked. The door swings open. Inside the door, it is incredibly warm and humid. There's actually water dripping and running down the walls. There is a very deep amber glow in the room. And you can just feel, like, when you open the door, because it's so much warmer in there, you actually see of moist
like
air rising up. Yeah, rising up out of the doorway. And it's almost like when you like if you wear glasses, you open an oven in front of your face. That whole
it's like a sauna in there, literally.
Yeah. So and there is, but you can, because you kind of avert your eyes and everything, look down out of instinct, and you can see on the ground that there is a path. The path goes directly to the left or the right, and there's a wall directly ahead of you. So this kind of T-bones right there. And at the point where the door is, you are lower than the pool itself outside of it.
Interesting. He's going to take the leftmost path.
Okay. So you head down the left. That's the direction the amber glow is coming from. It gets warmer and warmer as you head down here. You pass one open archway, and you can see in the archway that there's a lot of the attendants in here. They are all like, their bodies are covered in moisture. They are working in different stations. Some of them are preparing like food. Some are preparing drinks. They're all kind of like just like quietly working back there. You can see that there is also a fairly large reptilian humanoid in the room, whose back is to you, and you see him watching and looking at the room itself, and he doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. He's standing there with his arms crossed, and he's looking in the room, and he has a club on his belt.
I'm guessing, does this look more like it's like a staff area, or
This looks like it's more like a staff area, but it's like a prep area.
it's like, okay, this is more of a staff area. I don't quite find what I'm looking for or anything interesting this way. So let's try the other way.
Okay, so you're headed back the other way. As you head back the other way, the first thing you hear is rushing water as you're walking down that way. You quickly come into an area where you come through a doorway. As you walk through the doorway, the area actually gets much cooler through here. And as you walk into the doorway, it kind of curves around, a gentle curve. And when you come around, you can see that there is a channel cut through the lava rock, and there is water rushing down the channel, and you can hear the sounds of very muffled sounds of conversation from above you.
Look up.
About 20 feet and up, and about 25 feet to your left, you can see that there is an opening that you can see the night, because it is getting darker outside, but you can see the night sky above you. So you figure this is the opening that the offlow from the pool goes into.
Ah, interesting. So not so much an area like people would.
Yeah, this looks like it's probably all staff.
It's like, damn. Oh well.
Don't
In
fall
that
in the
case,
back room.
he'll make his way back up to the front desk to find out it's like where people tend to linger, meet,
Okay.
socialize. Because if he is going to end the night in such a way as alluded to, he can't just do it by just randomly just walking up to like the first person he sees. He's got to ask around, meet people.
Got it. So as you walk up to the front desk, there's another cleric on duty at this point, and they smile at you as you come walking up. The clerics at the desk actually wear uniforms. As you walk up, the cleric looks at you and he says, "Good evening. How can I help you?"
Where would trying to think of how to actually make this. This is technically my first time in an establishment like this. I'm looking for, I guess you could say, where one might find people to enjoy the evening with, where one might meet such individuals.
Are you looking for companionship? And if so, are you looking for companionship that we would provide, or are you looking to meet other people interested in the same?
Either or.
Well, if you're looking for companionship we can provide, I have, and he looks down to his right, and he says, I have 2 possible available people. It's still going to be some time before they're available, probably about an hour. He says, would you like me to send them to your room?
Okay.
This is one of our premier services, and their particular services are also a premier because they are also a couple.
How does that work?
Well, it depends on what you all discuss. I'm not going to be... we wouldn't be privy to that discussion. That would be between you and the couple.
Him is just like, I never considered this kind of thing. On one hand, I could possibly die without knowing. Like, on the other hand, though...
Are you saying this out loud, or are you just thinking it?
It's obvious, like, he's in thought at the moment. I was thinking along the same lines. Like that's the first place my mind went. It's like at least not siblings.
Eh?
Hmm.
Okay, Stitch.
I've read the books. I've seen some stuff.
Ugh. It's like, what can you tell me about them?
They have been working for the establishment for a short period of time, but in that time they have become, as I said, some of our premier hospitality providers. They are incredibly intelligent, well versed. Each of them has their own skill sets that make them absolutely invaluable as a companion for an evening, whether it be for a social engagement or an intimate evening in the room. Because they are not inexpensive, but their time, as I have been told, is the value on their time, as I've been told, is based on their own estimates of their value. And so far, no one has been able to say that they have not set the value properly.
Fair enough.
And as far as I know, they were a couple before they arrived. And they actually came to us stating that their operation worked as a couple. Although they do individual visits, they prefer to work as a couple.
I can get the appeal to that. Seen some of that back in my home village. Some of it worked out, some of it not so much. And where would one go to more meet like-minded individuals?
This is, normally the hot springs will be much more heavily occupied later in the evening, because it's just becoming dusk now. There will be more people at the hot springs probably in a few hours.
Well, I guess it's one way to get to let me. I guess it's one way to find out if Lady Luck will be on my side on this trip. I think I'll try my luck at the hot springs.
He's like, very well, sir. He's like, if you would like any food or anything brought to your room, he's like, just let us know. He says, if you're going back to the hot spring, please enjoy yourself. But remember, take some time out of the water because you do need to allow your body to cool off.
Of course, and with this rich mountain air, it's perfect.
Absolutely. It's one of the main reasons we chose to build on this location. The greater the slope with the actual elevation means that we have the perfect spot for the breeze.
Indeed. And at least you're not having the at least once a week blizzard.
It's like, we're not that high up. But if you don't need anything else, I do have some more items I need to take care of in preparation for the evening. Can I help you with anything else?
Not for the time being. I'll see if I can get some food and such sent to my room, and I'll wait for later in the evening to test my luck.
Absolutely. Have a very good evening, and please enjoy your meal.
And try not to work too hard. Don't overdo it.
It's like, if you have to call it work, then you haven't found your calling.
You've got that right.
So you head back to your room?
Yep.
All right. So back to Idris and Estes. Estes, you're still floating in the chair, I assume?
Yes.
Are you just like floating and letting them refill your glass whenever they wander by and doing the whole thing of, I might go to sleep?
No, she's not like on the verge of sleep. She's very relaxed and she's letting them come by and fill her wine glass. Probably occasionally reaching out to pet Roland.
After
I can hear Charlie. Just...
I know.
Literally.
Perfectly timed. Charlie is the best role player we have in this group. But so you
going in as Roland.
But you are floating there. After you're there for like about an hour, one of the attendants comes by and he says, Miss, you've been in the water for quite some time. Would you like to take a little bit of time out to allow your body to cool off?
You are correct. I should probably do that. And
It's probably a good idea.
a glass of cold water as well.
He's like, I would recommend room temperature. Going directly to cold water might cause some cramping issues.
Whatever you think is best.
It's like, thank you, miss. And he looks at you.
I
he's
will
like,
do the same, except I will have some cold rice wine. Thank you.
He says, very well. And he says, and he kind of like, he
Oh,
helps
room
you guys-
temperature. Room temperature.
Yeah, he helps you guys get up because once you go to stand up, you didn't realize how like, I guess you'd say hot you were, because when you go to stand up, you are kind of dizzy.
Yeah.
The sheer fact that your body temperature, you probably have what would be considered a low grade fever right now. And so you kind of like a little lightheaded as well. Which when the wind hits you as you come out of the water, it adds to the whole euphoric nature of just like, you know, freaking goosebumps and just all over. It's just like almost an overwhelming experience of different sensory inputs as the cold air, the warm water running off you, the cold every breeze going across you. And that combined with the heat in your internal body temperature going up. Yeah. It's the closest thing you've had to just passing out for no apparent reason. And the attendant literally has to steady you for a few moments and then helps you get over to one of the large lounge chairs. And then he comes back and he helps Idris out as well. And he ends up scooping the cat up and carrying it over.
Oh, thank you. He is knocked out.
Oh, yeah, he's unconscious.
He is having the best dreams right now.
He
It is
like
lovely.
pours the cat onto the lounge chair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Shut up.
He's like, I'm acting.
I'm helping,
I'm
Mom.
just really. If you want to come up, no, he like puts his paws up and then like fakes like he's gonna jump and then he gets down. Like up or down, figure it out.
No, Mama, he wants uppies. He doesn't
Figure
want
it
to.
out.
He doesn't want to jump up. He wants you to pick
He
him
doesn't-
up.
He doesn't want to do it
Oh,
himself.
This cat follows Ryan to the bathroom, jumps in the bathtub just so he can be carried to bed.
I love it.
He doesn't do it to me, only to Ryan.
I love it.
My Chonky is here too, so he's now yelling. But anyway, so you two spend a few moments out of the water. One of the other side effects of being in a heated pool that long is once your body becomes accustomed to the temperature change, you both start yawning uncontrollably.
Oh boy.
Because as your body cools down, your circulation slows down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get nappy.
What brought you into adventuring?
Escaping the family. My mother decided that she was going to arrange my marriage, and I was not into that.
That is no fun. I am sorry to hear that you had to deal with that.
I got out before she could really get too far in the matter. So she's probably still trying. Would not surprise me, but I put my talents to better use for what I do.
I see. Very
And
nice.
how did you get into this life?
I found something that I was good at. I started as more of a hobby. I have a particular penchant for merging the arcane with guns, and kind of became a hey, look at this cool thing I can do. Oh wait, I can make money off of this. I'll have to try that and see how. And I just kind of took to it. It was more of a kind of spur of the moment thing, and I guess some encouragement along the way, and that also helped.
No, no, that is fair. That is similar to how I got into thieving.
So you are a thief.
Yes.
Ah. Interesting. I do not know many thieves that would openly admit to being as such.
See no point in hiding what I am. I am very good at what I do.
That is fair. That is fair. I am very good at shooting people in the face, apparently.
That seems like a useful skill.
It is. It works out. Magic bullets also tend to come in handy for that kind of thing, but you know.
As you two are chatting, kind of sitting in the lounge chairs, one of the attendants comes up with a small table that they put down in the sand, and then he puts down a bowl that has like a bunch of orange slices, apple slices, and a bunch of other types of fruit that are basically sitting on top of a bed of ice. And he kind of looks at you both,
that's
and
nice.
he kind of crouches down between the two of you, and he says, chilled fruit. The sugar helps restore you, so you will not feel as tired. He's like, the fruit is very beneficial for bringing back the body's energies after a long soak.
That is nice. That is good. Thank you. Thank you.
As I said, we are here to increase and enhance your enjoyment in any way we can.
You
I
have been
appreciate
doing
it.
perfect job.
Yes. Fantastic.
He stands up. He's like, if you need anything else, just let us know.
Of course.
Thank you.
You notice that a lot of the people who were here earlier have kind of drifted off, like the older drunk couple have wandered off. The young couple have completely disappeared. You didn't even know when they left. The group of 5 other people have seemed to all go back to their rooms. So for the time, you two are the only ones at the pool.
Huh. It is. There does not seem to be anyone else here. How strange.
Well, I'm sure people drift in and out throughout the day. I'm sure to pick up again. I would not be surprised to see this be a very lively place in the late evening.
That
Yeah, you
is
can
fair.
actually see from the light coming in through the open courtyard that the sun's. You can see the pinkening of the sky as the sun is obviously going down.
Ah, yes. Suppose that is true. It was fairly lively of a sort when we got here. Did you see that young couple that was over there?
Young people in the corner.
Yes. That was a whole thing. It's good that they like each other so much.
At least, well, presumably it is. Does they actually like each other and one of them is not being paid?
That is that. Yes, that is a good point.
Anything is possible. But
Sure.
from far away, it seemed fairly genuine.
Yes. You have not to pry or anything, and you can decline to answer if you do not wish. The alcohol has clearly gone to his head. Is there someone waiting for you when you could get back from whatever insanity we're about to get ourselves into?
No, I've only been here a short time, and I've not going to get involved with someone in my organization. That never ends well.
Ah, workplace romances. No. Always bad news from what I understand.
Yes.
Do you have a
I'm
romance
sorry, that's all I can think
partner?
about. Hey, romance partner.
As we said, ladies and gentlemen, we spend too much time on TikTok.
It's true.
Ree's gut
Brandon Lee
gag.
Mulligan, man.
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
Ree's gut gag.
God damn it, Brandon.
It's good, yeah.
I am your romance partner, Ree's gut gag.
My name is Baron, and I am from the Baronies.
I am your romance partner.
You would not lie about such a thing.
That is
Your
the
romance
second hurtful thing that you have said about me. If you should say a third.
Oh god. So if you haven't watched Dimension 20,
I love it.
You
just-
should.
You should.
Yes.
It's $50 a year. It's amazing. It's worth 10 times
Just
that.
do it. Yeah.
So
I,
you guys
I too have not found time for that kind of thing. My work is usually very involved and does not leave me much time for dalliances of that nature.
That is fair. I find it also hard. Weirdly, people tend to avoid you when you maybe have intimidated them once or twice.
Yes, that is a thing. Yeah, there was one person who that might have been something with, and then I shot someone in the face in front of them, and they did not look at me the same after that.
and the magic was just gone.
I love it. These two are sitting there like, I'm so scary. I can't get a party because I'm so
It's like,
scary.
It's so
Meanwhile,
hard.
fucking Corny is that one guard that's like, I'm going home some of the night. Totally going home.
But I love these two are kind of like, it's so hard to find love when you murder people for a living.
Like, why do you think I work for nobility? Easy pickings.
Easy pickings. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not condone the abusing of nobility for your own personal gain.
I do.
But
I
we're
do.
also
I
not
do.
taking it off the table.
And we
No.
also will never not say
the
eat the
term
rich.
is eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Eat the fucking rich.
Eat the rich.
So,
You muted yourself, Sam.
Does it mention how though?
Exactly.
that is the actual purpose of the statement, sir. So you guys are kind of like having a nice conversation. As you guys are talking, you see that several the attendants bring out what looks to be, because they're carrying it between them. Actually, it's broken down into several pieces, but they bring out what looks to be a stage that they set up, kind of in the lobby, facing in towards the heated pool. And as they do so, you see that a number of musicians come out from the offices behind the front desk, and they begin sitting up on the stage, and they're like tuning their instruments. It looks like it's kind of like a string quartet. And they're just going about their business. They're talking to each other. They're setting things up.
It looks like there's going to be a show.
They do say they offer everything.
So it was him. Hopefully the music they play is nice.
And about this time, Cecil, you are coming back up the path. You can hear the music, the instruments being tuned and everything as you come up, and before you round the corner. When you round the corner, you can see that their stage has been set up. You can see the only people in the actual area around the spring are Estes and Idris. who are now sitting on lounge chairs and having drinks and apparently having a discussion. And there is a cat that's kind of pouring between the slats of the lounge chair.
He's probably, after spending some time in his room getting some food, he's got like almost like he's got a mead horn that he has filled with water at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's just walking up, drinking from it, like, I'm surprised you two are still here.
We got into some good conversation, and also I'm very curious about what is going on here with the musicians that are setting up.
It looks like a performance, or my guess is some music. From what I've heard, this is quite the social spot once the sun sets.
Cecil, I don't know if you know, but music, when played, is usually a performance.
Well, you can have a performance without music, and there's music that is a performance. Then there's music that's a poor performance. I doubt that's going to be the case here.
Still a performance. You did not disprove my statement, friend.
I think what he is trying to say is that all music is a performance, but not all performances are music.
There we go.
I mean, yes, that is true. That is very true.
But very clearly, there's going to be a music sort of performance.
Yes.
But that may not be all the performances. You never really know. Perhaps the music is setting the stage for something else.
Like what? Like jugglers? I did not see any jugglers. That would be interesting.
I've not seen any clowns.
Are you literally looking under the stage for jugglers? The stage is
He's
like 18
not
inches
looking
tall.
under the stage, but he's like looking down the way
very
from the
small
stage to see if
jugglers.
anyone else is coming. It's like, what the jugglers?
That like
It's
not
just some
moving.
very tiny clowns.
Tiny clowns.
Oh, I do not like tiny clowns. That would not be. I would go back to my room if there were tiny clowns.
Small hands smell like cabbage.
Well, who knows? This is apparently a big social spot, this place where those with certain aligning interests tend to meet. I'm going to see how much Lady Luck, how much leeway Lady Luck intends to give us on this trip.
What kind of luck are you looking to gain from this Lady Luck?
I think the kind, and pardon me for presuming preferences, I think he is hoping that lady will bring him some luck.
Oh, you're thinking that the lady would help him to get lucky luck.
Exactly.
Glad someone has sharp wit here. I was hoping I wasn't the only one.
So as you guys are talking, and the sun has definitely gone down, the first thing that kind of really sets in as your head's clear from the heat and everything like that is Accordia has never come back.
Good for her.
I think Accordia was
And
successful.
Well,
Accordia
yes,
has been
our mission is-
accordioned.
I'm eating the rich. Leave me alone.
But
I
yeah,
took it literally.
so as you guys are kind of like lounging around, are you two going to go get changed? Or are you just going to stay in your current attire? Or lack thereof?
I'm very happy in my towel and my robe.
Yeah,
There's no better thing to be in here.
she's good in her robe right now.
So as the evening starts to progress on, people start coming out of their rooms. They are in. There is a lot more people here than you thought there were from the few people who were out here this afternoon. There are, within a few minutes, the lobby has been converted over. They have put more tables and chairs in the lobby itself. The quartet is just playing like general background chamber music. The hot spring is being there's a lot of people who are coming out to sit in the sands of the hot spring. They are, oh my god.
You said fuck the patriarchy.
Oh my god.
No, I'm sleeping with Sarah Budweiser over here.
Oh man. Oh,
Guess
that
who I
was
slept with last
I
night?
love
Mitch
it.
McConnell.
I love it.
No, I just love that sound. The way he says it. Mitch McConnell.
No, you said fuck the rich. Not that way.
Peter, not literally.
Oh my god. So, yes. So, Mitch McConnell shows up. I don't know.
Oh, still on site. Still on site.
But yeah, more people come in.
So how do I roll initiative now?
The way people are dressed, they are in. It's obviously meant to be very elegant and decadent, but it's basically swimwear for the most part, or items that can be very easily removed in order to go into the water. Most everyone is either barefoot or wearing sandals. And there is a lot of people. There's a lot of. You see that they bring out a small, not small, but a long table, a low table that they put aside, and they basically have stacks of towels on the table.
I do not know whether or not I should feel overdressed or underdressed.
Since the answer is yes.
Okay.
You are as dressed as you are comfortable in.
And
If you are comfortable, you are properly dressed. If you are uncomfortable, there you go.
And since we're at the end of the stream time, let's go ahead and do one thing before we say goodnight to everyone.
Oh dear.
We're going to go ahead and draw a winner for the raffle.
Bang bang.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Admiral Redbeard gets a shirt.
Ah,
Yay!
Hey.
signed off.
Yeah, he needs to reach
Bang,
out to me
bang,
so I can
bang,
set up
bang,
everything
bang,
to send
Bang,
him the
bang,
shirt.
bang, bang.
Actually, he's gonna get a contact on his. He'll probably get a contact on his Twitch, because all he has to do is
Okay.
yeah. So all he has to do is put his information in. I think they have to pay for shipping. I'm not sure if it included shipping in the costs, but either way, Admiral wins a shirt.
Yay!
Hey.
Dun, dun, dun.
Add it to the collection.
Add it to the collection. But so you guys are sitting there, but like I said, you're sitting there. But I was like, we're gonna cut back over to the couple in the throes of coupling. There is a knock on the door, and Kelly kind of between gasps says, I'm sorry. 1 second."
Oh, fine, I need a water break.
And she's like, "And stretch. You cramped earlier."
Yes, I told you it was a long flight.
And it's like, it may have been a long flight, but she says,
It's a long time.
the acrobatics you were attempting could have been a part of it as well.
I suppose.
She goes walking. She puts the road on. She goes walking out. And she comes. You hear a door coming. The door of the suite open, and you hear someone say, "Yes, miss. You said you wanted to know when the festivities for the evening began." It says, "People have begun gathering. The musicians are playing, and they are going to be bringing out the special treats soon." And Kelly, you hear Kelly say, "Actually, I think I'm going to stay in this evening, but let me know if things go as well as they did the evening before." And the attendant, you just hear him say, "Absolutely, ma'am." And Kelly comes walking back in to the room, and you're literally like getting a drink and stretching.
Yep.
And she comes walking in, and she kind of like, she runs her hand across your back as you're doing that, and she says, "Well, if we weren't having such a good time here, I'd say we could go back out into the main lobby, because I don't know if you've ever been here before, but this place is very well known for their nightlife."
Are they now?
Yes. She's like, and don't get me wrong, we could actually absolutely stay in and have probably just as good a time, especially if the last few hours have been an indication. But if you are interested in more variety, things occasionally get fairly spicy.
Well, there's no harm in going down then, right? And if it's not entertaining, we can always retire again.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a outfit for the evening? People tend to like to dress in things that tantalize.
I might be able to find something. I'll just have to pop back to my room.
If not, then I could probably have something whipped together for you fairly quickly.
It's probably faster than dashing to the room and back.
It may be.
It's rich, bitch.
So she says,
Money!
says, in that case, let's get ready.
I like that. Let's get ready.
Let's get ready.
So the rest of you are sitting in the out in the lobby area, and you can see that they're now setting up what looks to be like a long buffet table on the left wall of the lobby, but there is like in one there's like a heated bowl that lets off this incredible aroma. It's liquid. There's liquid in the bowl, but you can see there's different herbs, spices. There's flowers in it, and there's a ladle in it. And people come out and they have these very small glasses, and they'll ladle out just a little bit of the liquid in the glass, and they'll do it like a shot. And you see that people are doing that. There's people actually taking these little super thinly sliced pieces of what looks to be mushroom, and they're just like putting it on their tongue. Some people are even doing the thing where they put it on their tongue and then they go kiss someone else for a while.
It's like Cecil just like has like a wry grin. It's like, oh, now we're cooking with fire.
Go on, you. Go on.
Oh, live a little.
Live a little.
We may be dying soon anyway.
Go have fun, man.
So
Don't worry about me. Go have fun.
what I'm going to put it to is this place specializes in a very Romanesque style party events.
Yes, babe.
Yes, let's go.
So if you choose to go back to your room, you may. If you choose to stick around, it seems like everything is very consensually based. There's some people who are probably a little bit when there's a certain amount of alcohol or other recreational substances involved, there may be people who seem to be more insistent, but the attendants all are sober and none of them are participating, and they are literally walking around just monitoring people's behavior. And if
Smart.
anyone seems like there's something that's becoming uncomfortable, they quickly step in and intervene by bringing in some of the other consultants that they have on board to distract one or both the participants.
Smart.
Very good.
So-
Cecil's 100% joining in.
Okay. So it is going to be a very memorable evening for everyone who chooses to stick around. And even for those who don't, if you choose to go back to your room, you can do anything from calling for a massage to literally just calling someone who is going to stay there and scratch your back until you fall asleep.
Oh, that actually
Back
sounds really nice.
scratcher.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for here this evening. When the next game starts up, we're going to be opening up with Timmy McTimmerson's and the morning meeting for your new expedition into the mountains.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have questions for that. I have a very interesting question for that one. I'm saving it for that session.
Absolutely. That'll be next week. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having joined us tonight. The hot spring went much calmer than I thought it was going to.
Somebody got turned into an accordion. Are you sure about that?
Oh, well, that was... I actually, to
I
be
was
honest...
expecting more of that.
No. I was expecting more of that on a case-by-case basis. But it is always wonderful to run for you guys. You definitely never do the expected, no matter what the expected might be.
Not wrong.
So it's thank you so much for playing tonight. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to our wonderful players. Let's go ahead and start out with let's start with Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassie, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
I'm in all of the usual places: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. I have Hive. I don't know how to use Hive. And you can also catch me on Tuesday nights playing Turning Point, another D&D based stream.
Yep.
Things aren't bad. Things aren't bad there at all.
No, we totally didn't just possibly just die.
All of you died?
Yeah, we're all
Again?
in death saves. All of us are in death saves.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like you guys die a lot.
This one was more
What are you,
planned.
the X-Men?
I mean,
Were you the
I
X-Men?
only like die
Look, we
in
do have a
one-shots,
phoenix amongst us, so
mostly.
Uh-huh.
I'm unconscious a few times.
Only a few times. So we'll continue the roundabout with the former or soon to be dead people with Sam.
what is up, y'all?
Sam, where
My
can
name
people
is Sam,
find you
of
on-
course.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You guys can find me here. You guys can find me, of course, on Tuesdays with Capsy over on ADH Adventures. We're hoping to get the stuff on the Starfield back up and running once schedules finally even back out again and people are able to, like, every time it's like, okay, we think we're going to be able to do it, something else happens to the other one. It's like, well, no, we can't do this one now. What about this one? Nope, can't do that one either. Darn it.
Yep.
The
One of these
scheduling
days.
monster is being a bitch.
The scheduling monster is the only true BBEG in
One true
RPGs.
BBG.
I'm gonna turn him into an endgame villain for a game. I'm gonna do it.
It would work, trust me.
Yeah, it would.
Anything else,
We'd
Sam?
never get to play it.
You'll never get to play it.
Constantly changes up everyone's turn order.
We actually had an issue where there was like 2 or 3 different campaigns where we could not do the final boss fight because of snowstorms, like for weeks.
Wow. Well, the internet. If the internet was out, then that would make it even doubly bad. Couldn't even virtually get together. So we'll go around the bend to Liz. You're muted.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
there you are. There you are.
I shouldn't be mooted.
You're not muted anymore. If you were muted before.
Hi, I am Miss Liz, found at various places on the internet under at Miss Liz or at Miss Liz 2, depending on what was available and my mood. Obviously, I am here on Wednesdays. I am also here every other Friday for Best Days, our Tales from the Loop game. And once we finally get things back up and running, I am also on the Starfield every other Saturday morning.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll get back to that someday.
We will, or you
Soon.
will. And finally, Sphinx. Where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
I am your champion of bards. You can find me on TikTok as CircleDM. Everywhere else on the internet as Sphinx Akasha. But you can also find me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays right here with Dinner and a Game. On Tuesdays playing our new kind of temporary Monster of the Week campaign, Small Town Life. And of course, on Wednesday nights, playing this lovely Pathfinder game. And every other Friday, such as this Friday, you can find me on ADH Adventures, where I run my campaign, Agents of the Circle. We're on our 5th and final season. The party is about to face off against an aboleth in a blood pool surrounded by the undead. It's going to be a great time.
It's gonna be fine.
That sounds like a party.
Yeah, they'll live. They'll
Everyone-
live. They won't.
it'll be
They won't
fine.
get
No,
turned into
nothing's gonna go
zombies. It'll
wrong.
be. It'll be great.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. On Saturdays, you can find me alternating between Unlicensed Magic War Crimes and Heroes Arc. I believe this week is a Heroes Arc week. So you get to see me play my favorite necromancer, Raziel, who is also a king in Absentia, and that's a fun time. And on Sundays, you can join us for The Tale That Never Was, where I play my Aberrant Mind sorcerer, Io, as well as his Kalstar quarry, Sidra, who is my answer to what would happen if Howl from Howl's Moving Castle was a Kalstar and Calcifer was his quarry. Meet Io and Sidra.
It fits.
It does.
Yeah.
And finally,
It
you can
works.
find all of Dinner and Games information in our link tree. All of our links and these amazing creators' links are in our chat. So please, if you can, give them a follow. The biggest boost of serotonin any creator can get is that someone took that time to click that little button. We love it. We hope you guys love what we do, and that's a way you can confirm you at least like it a little. But in the meantime, we are going to go and take this lovely chaos over to one of our sister channels, which is ADH Adventures, who are they still doing the Secrets of the Alchemist?
I
Oh
believe
gosh,
they
I
are.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
think
I
it's
saw
back
the
then.
post.
because
I didn't pay
I
attention.
I know y'all's game is getting ready. Your storyline is getting ready.
They
to
are
go.
indeed by the looks of it.
Okay, cool. So we're
Yeah.
gonna go there where they're playing Secrets of the Alchemist, which is their one of their D&D 5e games, and we're gonna give them a raid. If you've never been on a raid before, all you gotta do is sit tight. We're gonna go send all of our guests and ourselves over there. Be sure when you get there to say hi, tell them thank you for creating content for you to enjoy, and let them know Dinner and a Game sent you. Remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table, but please be careful. Social distance when you can. Wear a mask when you can. Most of us went. I think most of us went to Gen Con, and almost all of us who went to Gen Con brought back COVID. So, it's the new con crud. It's the new thing. Just do what you can to be safe. We want you to be able to come back and join us as often as you can for Dinner and Games content and all these other creators' content. And you can't do that if you ain't around. So we love you. We will see you later. Stick around for a few minutes, and we will raid ADH Adventures. We appreciate you so much. Have a very good night.